Mic check, mic check. Test, test. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, with another 1 to 60 in Diablo 4 Season 8. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, with another 1 to 60 in Diablo 4 Season 8. I've already reached Torment 4 on the Companion Druid and Ice Shard Sorcerer, so this time around I am testing a new leveling strategy with the Minion Necro. The developers released several changes and a new unique for the Minion Necro, which I want to try out. So, the season is called Belial's Return and involves slaying bosses, gaining boss powers, and then running apparition incursions for Spectral Ash to upgrade said powers. Incursions are basically the seasonal zone and work like a Legion event, where you take on bosses after killing enough monsters. I'm going to start with the campaign fully completed as a seasonal character and on normal mode specifically. Hard, Expert, and Penitent are all available, but the plan here is to farm Aberrant Cinders from Hell Tides and then to turn them in on Penitent. And for that, I would get the most amount of efficiency by playing on normal. I'll talk more about my leveling method in a moment, but TLDR, I'm actually going to start off at level 1 with Hell Tides to farm Aberrant Cinders, switch to Penitent to gain more XP from the Tortured Gifts turn-ins, and then switch over to Incursions before finishing off with Strongholds. Now, I guess you could call them housekeeping items before I actually start playing the character. Keep in mind that there are reward caches. Wait, why can't I... Why can't I access the season journey? Did I make this guy on a turn? Oh, I actually might have made this as a... my bad. I actually made this as an internal character, not as a seasonal character. So let me just get rid of that real quick. Little embarrassing, but bear with me for a second. I actually have to start that over. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here. Didn't do it quite right here. Okay. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, with another 1 to 60 in Diablo 4 Season 8. I've already reached Torment 4 on the Companion Druid and Ice Shard Sorcerer, so this time around I am testing a new leveling strategy with the Minion Necro. The developers released several changes and a new unique for the Minion Necro which I want to try out. So, this season is called Belial's Return and involves slaying bosses, gaining boss powers, and then running apparition incursions for Spectral Ash to upgrade said powers. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, with another 1 to 60 in Diablo 4 Season 8. I've already reached Torment 4 on the Companion Druid and Ice Shard Sorcerer, so this time around I am testing a new leveling strategy with the Minion Necro. The developers released several changes and a new unique for the Minion Necro which I want to try out. So, this season is called Belial's Return and involves slaying bosses, gaining boss powers, and then running apparition incursions for Spectral Ash to upgrade said powers. Incursions are basically the seasonal zone and work like a Legion event where you take on bosses after killing enough monsters. I'm going to start with the campaign fully completed as a seasonal character and on normal mode specifically. Now, I could set it to hard, expert, or penitent, but I don't gain very much out of that since my primary leveling method involves trying to farm cinders as quickly as possible. I'll talk more about my leveling method in a moment, but TLDR, I'm actually going to start off at level 1 with Hell Tides to farm aberrant cinders, switch to penitent to gain more XP from the tortured gifts turn-ins, and then switch over to incursions before finishing off with strongholds. So, just as a friendly reminder, just keep in mind that as you progress through the game, you would have access to all these season journey reward caches, and there's also the reputation board that gets unlocked in Tarsarak once you complete the first quest on the seasonal quest line. There's also the issue of smoldering ashes. Now you can see here that, like in past seasons, you would have gotten one of these urns as XP, but this season, none of the bonuses that you get here boost XP gain. But despite that, you can still grab smoldering ashes as you go through each of the chapters and use those to unlock certain bonuses that become account wide for the entire season. Make sure to also save your renown if ever you manage to get any sort of here we go. If you, for whatever reason, manage to get renown rewards, don't turn in the renown rewards until you make it to level 59, because that's where you'll get the most amount of value out of the renown rewards. The turn-ins for these scale with level, so when you make it to level 59, turning in each of these gives you, well, I mean, all of these together will give you like a level up from 59 to 60, and that will save you some time. For skills, again, this is a Minion Necro, so I already start off with a raised skeleton. But as a complement to that, at least starting out, I'm going to get Blood Surge. And then I'm going to put an extra point here in order to unlock 3 ranks into Skeletal Warrior Mastery here. And then I'm just trying to remember how I'm supposed to put this thing together. I can, I guess, just do Bone Prison for the time being. Then I can start tossing in some points into this tree here and get like Iron Maiden for now. But eventually I'll have Iron Maiden with some of the passives on it. I'll have Decrepify. I'll maybe consider Blood Mist this time around, and I'll also have Army of the Dead. So I'll talk more about that later on as I get through the game and get more skill points, but that's not our main concern right now. I just wanted to kind of show you my starting skill build. Now, so that's for skills. The next thing I wanted to talk about are aspects and tempering. So tempering is pretty easy. Ideally, there is a minion finesse. That's the one that I would want. Natural finesse is the one that you would... if this were a first character, right? Like, I'm trying to simulate having this as a first character. The thing is, normally I'd be using natural finesse on all my equipment until I get the summon finesse recipe. But natural finesse currently has been upgraded to legendary grade. So because it's a legendary grade, I can't really use this to simulate this as like a first time sort of character. Yeah, so that's for offensive tempering. Now, for weapons, you will need minion augments later. A chance for skeleton warriors to hit twice is what I would start off with, but later on, you might want to use one of the other ones, but that's Again, this is what you'd use, but that's not really my main priority while leveling up. And then there's other uh, tempering recipes that I could use to help me out as I go along, things like worldly endurance and all that. But usually while leveling, I don't really care much for these. Same thing with utility, same thing with mobility. Although natural motion or necromancer motion in this case would be helpful just to boost my movement speed a little bit because Minion Necro is a little bit on the slow side. So yeah, that's tempering. Now, Codex powers. Okay, I don't want to go through every single one, but uh, here, I'm just going to put minions. All right. So I would want Frenzied Dead, Reanimation, Aspect of the Great Feast, and Unyielding Commanders. Okay. Aspect of Service and Sacrifice. I might want to play around with that a little later. And then there's also these aspects too. So if I do minions, I think that's all of them really. Oh, wow. There's no, this is a new aspect, I think. Requiem. But okay, so I think this kind of covers it for the most part. I need unyielding. Okay, wait, no. Highest priority is actually reanimation. Reanimation is the most important one. When I have this, my minions gain increased damage while I'm alive. Usually I would put this on my weapon, like a two-hander, so I get like 50% more damage. And, of course, you can actually unlock this from Alderwood. Now, normally I would unlock this from Alderwood first before I do anything else. Should I do that, actually? No, but I'm going to actually wait until after I run the Hell Tides, because I think that's when I'll need it. But I mean, starting out, I don't think I really need this. Yeah, it's only after I get to like level 15 that I'll actually have like rare items that I can imprint this onto. So I'll potentially need to go unlock this if I don't find this during the Hell Tides. There's Aspect of Frenzy Dead, so I can't unlock this from a dungeon, but if I get this, I can salvage it or wear it, and that would help a lot. Unyielding Commanders, so this boosts summon damage. And then there's Aspect of the Great Feast, which helps me quite a bit as well by giving me increased damage on my summons, but they drain essence from me, so I'm going to need like essence per second later too. As some placeholder aspects that I could use that, I mean, I need to get these as drops to pretend like I actually earned them. There's Aspect of Inner Calm. And I think that's like the main one. Yeah, Aspect of Inner Calm is nice because it's basically a free 10% damage boost. Unless I'm standing still, then it's tripled. But yeah, you get the idea. So Inner Calm is nice to have too. That's for offensive aspects. Defensive aspects. If I just Hardened Bones, I believe. So this is a nice one. You get extra like free generic damage reduction up to 30% even if you get a good roll on like an ancestral. I could also use Disobedience and Juggernauts. Of course, if this were a fresh character, I wouldn't have access to these, so I'm going to pretend I don't have them just yet. But if I get an item that has them, then I will immediately try to use them if I see fit. And then finally, for the utility section and the mobility section, there's, well, critical strikes grant 14% movement speed. So I think this works with my minions. That can give me a bit of extra movement speed to speed things along when I'm in dungeons. And then, of course, this is a really important one. Aspect of Occult Dominion is really helpful for, like, I usually like to have this on, like, either my boots or one of my defensive item slots, I guess. Like chest armor or whatever, because, well, I mean, you get free minions, right? Or extra minions. And the more minions you have, the more damage you do. So, yeah, that's for aspects and tempering. I'm only going to use just to reiterate, I'm only going to use the tempers from Necro and the aspects that I've earned, in quotation marks. I'm almost done here. So elixirs and incense, if you do find elixirs, if you do find incense, do make sure to use those while leveling to get more XP. But aside from that, I think that pretty much covers it. I can actually begin playing now. And the first thing I'm going to do is I will equip my pet. This is going to be the Raven from last season. I'm wearing it for bragging rights. And then I'm going to go to the den because I have Vessel of Hatred unlocked. If I didn't have Vessel of Hatred unlocked, well, I could skip this part, but it is nice to have a companion with me. The companion I'm going to use today is Subo, because I think, well, I like switching things up here and there. Let's do Varyana this time. And maybe I'll use... What can Subo do as a reinforcement? Never actually messed around with him before. Slows enemies by 50%. Stuns enemies. Yeah, okay, fine, sure. Some way to slow them. And I'll do it when I get hit by a CC, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Then for Varyana, the reason why I want I think that Varyana might not be bad is because she does provide Massacre as her innate ability, which can give me ranks of movement speed. Okay. And I mean, the reason why Varyana is already leveled up is because this is my third character. I'm not going to go around and pretend like I don't have these points because it'd be too much work, I think, to keep track of this one. Inflicts vulnerable on enemies for 3 seconds. Okay. I mean, Cleave could be nice, but I want Hysteria. I get attack speed off of this, and I guess that means that my minions also inherit that movement speed. This also allows me to gain more movement speed, which again goes to my minions, so that actually works out quite nicely. And yeah, I can always grab report rewards from them, and eventually I'll be able to unlock Bard Ring. I think that's at level 15. So yeah, good stuff. Now, so that's for equipping a pet and hiring a mercenary. Now it's time to actually begin the intended leveling method that I had in mind. So what a lot of people are doing right now is spamming incursions, but I think that that's not the way to go. So what I'm going to do... Wait, where's the Helltide? How come there's only one Helltide that's visible? Oh, yeah, right. That makes sense. I thought there was going to be one in Nahantu, but I guess not. All right, so what I'm going to do here is... what's the closest waypoint to this? Do I really not have any waypoints close by on this? Well, whatever. I'll go to Gyakul first, and let's get started here. Ideally, it would have been nice to do this at the beginning of the hour, because then I would have had the most amount of time to farm these cinders, but that's fine. I think 30 minutes should be plenty. Well, it's not even really 30 minutes. Okay, so I have 25 minutes remaining. So I'll be farming for 10 minutes, or 20 minutes rather, and then I'm going to turn in Whispers for 5 minutes. So you see here, getting some minions to start. I'm going to get the Crepify here. There we are. So leveling pretty quickly the first couple levels. Again, they did make it much easier in comparison to the PTR, which is pretty nice. Let me actually make sure that I have the right... I think it's... Usually I have this here, and Iron Maiden Decrepify. Do I ever use Decrepify? Actually, I don't. Actually don't think I do use Decrepify. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we are. Then first, maybe I can even do movement speed. 2 ranks of movement speed here. Yeah, I'm kind of making things up on the fly as I go along. Like, I have a build guide for it somewhere, but I can't be bothered to figure all that out for the early levels. There is an event close by, so I can run that. I kind of miss having Subo around to show me where everything is. And you can see that the monsters are progressively starting to get tankier. This is, again, why I'm playing on normal, because on normal I can just... normal, I'm still gaining SP very, very quickly. But the monsters actually go down very fast. So, there we are. Yeah, this is taking a little bit, but yeah. I'm running this event because at the end of it, I'll get some cinders too. I'm doing like, hitting a couple of things all at once. Oh yeah, I got Sealed Khazra Offering. Grants items on use. I got a nice little Scythe here. Scythe gives summon damage, so I'll use that over my current weapon. Got another point here. Chance. I think I unlock Skeletal Mages a little later, so I'll grab that when the time comes. Alright. And I guess the ritual failed. Yeah, 1 essence per second. That's nice. I could toss this on for now. I'm just gonna keep upgrading for an item with higher item power. I think is the main goal here. So I'm not gonna fall for this trap. Like I have 75 cinders right now, but I have to keep. No, wait. Where's the? Oh, I already turned it in. Okay, never mind. I was like looking for the turn in for this, but I guess I already did it. So here's the convenient thing too. I happen to be able to do some whispers in this area too while I run the Helltide. So that gives me more XP. There's a couple advantages to this leveling method. Like, I've been refining my leveling method with my last 2 characters. Like, the first character, I was just experimenting with everything. Like, yeah, the PTR was a thing. But in the PTR, they made leveling, like, much more difficult. But now they've kind of scaled it back in comparison to the PTR, right? So, I'm kind of rediscovering everything as compared to the PTR. So, with that in mind, right now, I played the Companion Druid. I went through the storyline, seasonal quest line, with the Witch. With the Witch quest line from last season. The Witch quest line was actually pretty nice in that I got a lot of XP just by going through the quests, right? Oh, and here's a treasure goblin. I'm gonna kill that real quick. Yeah, I got a lot of XP just by going through the seasonal quest line. This time around, it's not nearly as worthwhile, but I still wanted to do it anyway because I like doing the... I actually really like going through the season quest line first, right? Like, that would just make sense. You start a new season and you want to know, like, what all the new stuff is. You want to know what kind of story they have cooked up. Like, even if it's not the most efficient way XP-wise, and I know that, I still prefer starting off with the quest line first, always. Now... when it comes to this particular season, though, I only did the storyline once, and that was with my companion druid. Then with the sorcerer, I took a different approach. The approach that I took with the sorcerer was that I did the quest line first, just the first quest of the seasonal quest line, just to unlock the reputation board, and then after doing that, I went and spammed incursions over and over. I didn't even bother doing the rest of the questline stuff. So that was the approach that I took there. It was slightly different, right? This time, with this character, it was either going to be this or Dance of Knives Rogue, but I'll talk about why I chose this one rather than Dance of Knives. I chose to use the Minion Necro. Because I feel like it's a pretty good candidate for this leveling method that I cooked up. So, in the past, what people would do, I watched this from a guy named Rax, a streamer named Rax, that some of you may have heard of. He would farm the Helltides. He would kill all these monsters on normal, or hard, I think it was normal, and he would farm as many cinders as he could. He would farm as many cinders as he could while going through the Helltide. And then at the end of the Helltide, he would go and turn them all in on Penitent. And that's how he got the most value out of the Helltide, right? Now, unfortunately, I am not doing this at the start of the hour, so I'm not going to get as much value out of this leveling method, but it's still fine. I mean, we'll see what we can do at least. I'm gonna step away from that pack real quick. Yeah, I like doing these events because the events give some obols too. I don't know if I drained out all the obols from my previous character. I'm gonna have to take a look at how many obols I have because I don't plan to really use my obols until I make it into Torment anyway. So I can kind of check it later how much I had when I started this run. Anyway. There we are. And Ancient Siphon. Let's see if I can get some upgrades here. Okay, got like a slight upgrade. So I'm sitting on 200 cinders so far, but I still want to progress upwards into the north zone because there's a number of whispers tied to that. Also, yeah, this was my first legendary this season. Or for this character, I mean, and it came from. It actually came from that treasure goblin, so that was a pretty cool find. Ideally, what would have been best is if it was a legendary two-handed weapon, right? But I mean, again, like I'll take whatever I can get my hands on. It's a pleasant surprise to get one of these. So, yeah, like I was saying, the gist of what I'm going to be doing is from level 1 to... I don't know what level I'm going to finish spamming Helltides on, but I'm going to turn in my Cinders on Penitent, and whatever level I end up at, from there on out, I will run the seasonal questline, and then I think I'll spam Incursions after that. I think is how it's going to all work. So, yeah. It's a shame that I couldn't do this at the start of the or begin at the start of the hour because it would make deciding how I'm gonna when I'm gonna stop and all that a fair bit easier. But it's all good. Blood Maiden Harbingers. I might skip the Blood Maiden. It takes forever to kill Blood Maiden anyway, even on normal, I think. Okay, so that's that kind of reminds me. So why am I starting on normal rather than like hard or expert or penitent and all that? Well, the thing is, the monsters are tougher to kill. I think I talked about that already, but there's actually another reason too. It's also that the monsters tend to be... They tend to do a lot more damage. I think that's the scarier one. And if I die during a Helltide, then I lose half my Cinders, which is a huge, huge blow to my ability to level, right? So that's why I prefer... Okay, nice. Oh, here's a Harbinger. That's why I usually prefer to start off on normal. Like, you could start off on hard mode, but I think Expert and Penitent are way too difficult for early levels. Like, you will be able to kill them eventually, in most cases, but it just takes a very long time. You're getting, like, what? On Penitent, you get, like, 175% more XP. This is true, but even though you're getting 175% more XP, it might take you, like, let's say 4 times longer to kill some of these monsters. Just making up a number there. It might not actually be 4 times. Maybe it might be more, might be less, I don't know. But yeah, they are much tougher. And they also themselves deal a lot more damage to you. So you don't just have to worry about your weapon, you also have to worry about how much survivability you have. Like, you have to look at your armor, you have to look at your resistances, and I think that in the long run, it is much better. In the long run, it's way better to just... There we go. It's better to just start on normal, so you don't have to worry about any of those. You don't have to worry about dying, you don't have to worry about damage, and I think perhaps most of all, you don't have to worry about gear. I spend a great deal of time looking at my gear and deciding, oh, do I want this item or that item, this item or that item? And if I play on normal, I don't ever really have to worry so much about that, as long as I just keep upgrading my weapon. As long as I keep upgrading my weapon, everything else doesn't really matter, or like picking out the highest item power. Nothing else really matters. Okay, so I just hit level 10. That's good. How long into the run are we now? I think I've been like 15 minutes into it. So level 10, 15 minutes, not too bad. Probably by the time I'm done this Helltide, or these Helltides, I'm guessing I'll be around level... oh yeah, I'm actually capping out here. Slay demons. Okay. The threat meter is about to pop. I'm guessing I'll be around level 15 or no, maybe level 20. I think level 20 is a much more reasonable guess in this case. And yeah, I am feeling very slow on this Necro. I have like no movement speed modifiers, so definitely gonna need to amp up my movement speed later. Anyway, while I talk about that, there's also these boss powers. Now, I could equip boss powers, but again, I'm gonna simulate this being a fresh character. And, well, I mean, I can't simulate, like, I have too much gold and materials. I can't pretend like I have no gold. Like, I could, but anyway. Boss powers I can pretend I don't have for the time being, because the thing about boss powers is that those are obtained by fighting specific bosses, right? Like running those incursions or going to take on, like, the world boss, and I haven't done any of those things. So, obviously, I can just pretend like I don't have any boss powers just for the first bit of leveling. And here's Hellborn. Hope I don't die here. It's scary. I don't even... Is he worth it? I don't know if it's worth it to deal with this. I also don't know how much damage he does, and I don't want to risk finding out, because if he hits me and then he instantly kills me, then, well... Yeah, that would be a problem, right? Oh. This guy might be able to help me. Oh, shoot. He actually pulled me in there. There. Nice. That was not worth it. I got, like, 5 cinders out of that. Not even kidding. There's a corpse here, but there's no whisper attached to it. So I gotta slay harbingers. That's another thing I gotta look out for, too. Where can I find harbingers? I killed a bunch of harbingers earlier when I was on my way here, but these whispers are particularly difficult to do sometimes. Collecting the cinders, though, will be easy. I don't know about the boss. I might have to skip Blood Maiden. I don't even have enough Baneful Hearts, right? I'm waiting until Penitent for that anyway. Maybe somebody else will spawn it. If somebody else spawns it, maybe I can take advantage of that. But I'll probably have to stay on the edge so I don't die. And that's where Blood Mist, I was talking earlier about maybe I should consider Blood Mist, at least while leveling, because there's some situations it can bail me out of where I can't afford to die, like here. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pick up some cinders here. I feel like I'm getting fewer cinders at this point than when I was in the other zones. So I wonder if that's because of the events. I like a couple of events going. The other regions. I think I managed to slay a bunch of demons. It's really just cinders now that I need to pick up, right? Yeah, I'd like to do the Harbingers one, but that one tends to take a while. And I'd already popped my threat meter too. I still didn't really get all that many. Yeah. I have like I've almost farmed like 500 cinders after only being here for like maybe like 15 minutes. So if I had started at the beginning of the hour, I'm guessing I could have farmed like, I don't know, 1,000, maybe 1,200 or something. If I were like, okay, so this actually leads me to the next thing I was gonna mention. So the reason why I didn't want to play Dance of Knives Rogue first is because Dance of Knives, I'm saving that for the next character, because when I play Dance of Knives, I'm gonna, like, at least then I'll know whether or not this is the best available leveling method that I was able to come up with, minus like just getting boosted in the pit, of course. Because, you know, I like to try to figure out what the actual, like, best ways for leveling are, and other people do that too early on. And so far, yeah, a lot of people are just going to say spam incursions, but I think if the sole goal is to get to level 60, which it should be, because in Torment, you're going to get you're going to have to run incursions for your boss powers anyway, right? And you'll get a lot more Sacral Ash there. Then, yeah, you're going to need to know how to get there as quickly as you can. So I'm actually almost maxed out on my whispers here too. Oh, have I gotten an upgrade on my weapon? Because no, I haven't actually. Yeah, so the monsters are starting to scale up. Like, you see, this is on 2, right? Not even hard, let alone expert or penitent. And I'm already starting to struggle with killing these packs. Okay, so I can start to toss in some ranks into things that boost my damage here. Increase damage while healthy. Okay, let's grab that. And then I think my next points are going to be for Skeletal Mage Mastery. So that brings you up to 504. And I don't know why all my skeletons have... Well, I guess it makes sense that sometimes my skeletons have to die. Because if I switch to, like, switch them for a different type, then they're not all just magically gonna turn into that other type. I mean, they could. That'd be a nice quality of life, actually. Oh, I don't have enough, there we go. So... I'm almost... I'm gonna stop at 600. When I get 600 cinders, I'm gonna switch it over to Penitent, and then I'm gonna turn them all in. I was hoping that I'd be able to make it to at least level 15 before I had to turn everything in, but I don't know if that'll be possible. There's just not enough monsters, I feel. Like, there's actually like no monsters in this region. It's pretty sad. Oh. Expecting light show me mercy. And sometimes out of this, the Doomsayer spawns, but apparently it was not so lucky here. 9 out of 10. Hail marks. Okay, well, I don't even know I can get those from here. Oh wait, this is an event. I thought this was the Blood Maiden, but it's not. And I still have only... Oh, I've killed 2 Harbingers so far. That's too bad. Well, I guess it is and it isn't, because now I can turn in the Whispers at any time. Oh, there's like a level 60 guy here, even though it's normal. Maybe he just dinged or something. Alright. Yeah, I'm almost at 600. But I also don't want to risk running out of time. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand next to... Oh, I'm going to clear these guys first, yeah. Forces of Hell grow infuriated. I'm just going to keep spamming Blood Wave. Yeah, Blood Wave and Dance of Knives are like some of the best AoE sorts of skills you can get. I mean, this is not just Blood Surge, though. It's Blood Surge with all of the minions, right? That's always a good starting point. Later on, I will get rid of Blood Surge when my minions become stronger and stronger. As I get like more aspects and that help my minions, of course. Yeah. There's ways to do like Blood Surge minion hybrid, right? Like they've added uniques for that, but okay. Just Tunic. Oh, and there's an event here. Okay. I'm gonna run this event real quick too, and then I'll be ready. Did somebody do the ritual? Didn't actually pay attention. Well, but I don't know if they'll be able to clear it. That's the other problem. And I have like 5 minutes remaining. I should be able to hit level 14 like this. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I remember. This is why I wanted to get Blood Mist, because I could maybe Blood Mist and hit some of these tortured gifts if I'm in trouble. I really do wish that my minions would target the right thing here. Round bell. Yeah, I really need a better weapon out here. I haven't had much luck on getting any weapons. Okay. There we are. I'm actually not going to pick any of these up because at this point I need to... I'm going to actually exit the game. I should be able to survive this, right? Yeah, I can survive this. They don't do very much damage at all. I'm going to switch it over to normal mode. Then I'm going to keep going. Or switch it to penitent, I mean. Okay, I hope I can survive still. It's pretty scary, but yeah, it has to be done. So this is how I get the most amount of XP out of these. Tortured gifts. And where's the tortured gifts? Okay, here it is. Oh no, actually, I don't even know if I can pick this up, actually. Okay, well, I need to make some adjustments to this strategy of mine. I have no summons either. Where's all, like, did all my summons die? I think they all died. Oh, shoot. Okay, well... I'm just gonna leave now. Okay, well, I evidently can't turn in my cinders on Penitent because my guy is way too weak. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments there. I'll do it on hard mode, I guess. So, yeah, this is why I was, for the Dance of Knives rogue, I want to do the Minion Necro first, because I think the Minion Necro will be second fastest. But, of course... Come on, man. Yeah, see, I can actually kill these ones, but the ones in Penitent are significantly tougher. But if I were able to open the chests, then it'd be great. And the other problem, too, is I got pretty unlucky with my weapon. Like, I still have the same weapon as, like, way earlier. Right? Yeah, I haven't been able to upgrade my weapon in the last, like, 10 levels. So that's a little frustrating. Alright. I mean, I can only open 2 more chests now that I died. See, like, originally I was going to be able to open, like, 6 or 7 chests. But now I can only open, like, a handful of these at most. Well, not even a handful. I can open... I opened 3 of them. I don't recall opening this one. Maybe I did. I guess that would make sense. I had 300 to start. So 75, 150... 225, and then... Yeah, I can do this last one. I might be able to... Like, I'll be short, like, a little bit of, cinders to open up one more, so... There we are. Yeah. 30% XP, not bad. Painful Heart, Tribute of Pride. Nope. Can I actually run this, even? Yeah, I get, like, no... Like, it takes me forever to kill these guys. Like, I actually need a much better weapon than what I have here. Look how long this takes. Even on hard mode, too. Like, so this is exactly why I was saying earlier, like, it has to be normal that we do this. And I just don't have enough time, unfortunately, to, do this on hard. Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, that's too bad. I'm gonna go back to town here, and maybe try to sort out my equipment. Really pathetic, the amount of damage I'm outputting right now, so need to make some adjustments. Yeah, of course I tossed that on first. Oh, yeah, first I would toss that on. Then all these are garbage. I did get a shield, but it's useless. I'll have yet to come across a proper item upgrade. Again, this is why it matters that I was starting it closer to the beginning of the hour rather than midway through, because now I have all this gear.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
And it doesn't really help me. There's the weapons vendor.
Hail and well met,
Conquest
friend.
Revenge, yeah, see, I can well, okay, I'm taking a bit of a creative liberty on this, but I could totally wear this two-handed axe. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. I mean, I had all that equipment earlier too. I guess I could have sold them all, but I don't know if that would have been enough to get me enough gold to get this. Oh, either way. I could also just finish the Grim Favors if this were like a fresh character and I had no gold whatsoever. So, okay, this is my first rare two-handed axe. While I'm waiting for the Helltide to finish, or to come back, this is a perfect opportunity to go and do the aspect of reanimation. There it is. It's all the way up there. I'm just going to switch the difficulty down to normal, and then I'm going to clear it really quickly. Then I can get a 50% damage boost that way. That should help a little bit, at least. Yeah, this one is usually pretty quick, too. So, yeah, this is why I was saying, like, what I have written down is I have, like, 1 to question mark for the first for Helltides. And then after Helltides, I'm supposed to do... Well, I wrote that I'm also supposed to do the first quest on the seasonal quest line. That's something that I should do before I begin incursions. But part of the reason why I was saving the quest for the incursions is because I'm not really getting any or that much rep like to start off. Like when I've just made my character and I'm just playing normal, I'm not going to really have that much reputation anyway. And so it's better that I just save that seasonal quest line because normally when I do it at like level 4 or 5 or whatever, I get like 1 full level up, right? But maybe if I turn it in later, it'll give me more XP. Maybe it scales with my level. That's another thing I'd like to check out too with this run. And the other thing is that by not doing the incursions, each of the incursions, is there one up right now? Like, if there is, I can't see it. But the incursions tend to come with whispers, right? And if I don't do the whispers...
That'll come.
Like, most people, they'll start off with the incursions and they'll just get credited with the whispers, like, right away. But what if I actually held out until later before I start running the incursions? Because then the XP I get from the whispers on the incursions is actually a lot more, since I can only do it like once per day, right? So if I'm gonna do the 1 to 60 all in one go, then I need to run the incursions after I get some preliminary XP. Same thing with the seasonal quest line, because those rewards will scale a lot better. But the Helltide chests, they're okay too, but they don't scale as well as the other ones. Okay, I can
Been feeding on me.
finish this. Can do this event. Should give me a decent bit of XP. I don't need more maximum resource. So I maxed out skeletal mages. And, oh, that unlocks this branch of skills. I could just hit Army of the Dead if I wanted to, but... Oh, I could use the Bone Prison. I'm not really using Blood Mist very much, though. That didn't really help me earlier. Overpowers the cooldown. Reduces the cooldown of it. Nah. I'm gonna get some points here and
Such power.
I think I should do this. Yeah, because this way, when I come across the boss, I can actually just hit him with Army of the Dead. That'll help boost up my damage. Yeah, later I'll consider Blood Mist. Like I tried to use it in this Helltide when like on Penitent, but that didn't really help me. Maybe the other alternative is I should try to look for chests on Penitent that are like lightly guarded. Because that one was like surrounded, so I mean I guess I didn't have to fight that. I could have just I didn't have to fight all those monsters. I could have just avoided that if I had half a mind to do so. I wonder if this scales with my Paragon level still. I think it does, because I know that when I'm starting out normally, I don't really have this much damage, even with the Blast Wave Shrine. Too bad this doesn't spawn closer to the boss. Right. There we are. And that's the end of it. All right. Yeah, I should actually be bypassing all these monsters, and just letting my minions deal with them. Like, I was killing them to buy myself some time anyway. Like, as long as I have Essence, I should be using it up. Cursed him, applied Vulnerable, and with Army of the Dead, he goes down ridiculously fast. There we are. And I got my first Elixir, that's good. Oh no, I already had an Elixir from earlier. Okay, well, I'll activate this one then. I have Aspect of Reanimation now. Now I have the option of, if I want, I can either continue this, or... No, this one's better. I can either continue running Helltides, or I can begin the incursions. So, yeah. It's taking me back to Karagar. Yeah, I'll use that as my starting point, I guess. You didn't post my sorcerer planner? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Do I even have a... I don't even have a build planner for my sorcerer. I actually cooked it up, like, while I was playing it. To tell you the truth. How's it going, by the way, Medivh? Nice name, by the way. That's, I know that. That's like a Warcraft reference, right?
Greetings. How shall I guide my heart?
I got Veiled Crystals here, so at this point I can... Well, I mean, first priority should always be to put on Reanimation. Yeah, but I didn't get any other aspects up until now, so I'm not going to put anything on my ring.
May your road be filled with wonders.
I forge more than horse. There's a good one.
Yeah, so... I mean... Medivh is my favorite. Yeah, no, Medivh is awesome. Like, when I played Warcraft 3, he was one of the most compelling characters, for sure. Answering your question, though, regarding the, I'm good, how are you? I'm doing great, thank you for asking. So... Titans Fall. Here, give me a second. I just need to... see here. Okay, I can't actually temper with anything. Like, I have natural finesse, but it's a legendary, and I'm trying to simulate what would happen if this were like my starting character, right? So I need to go unlock minion finesse or summon finesse. I'll eventually get it, but it might be a bit of a pain. I'm gonna go and do, I guess, the seasonal questline stuff now and see if I can still get a full level up out of that. That's where I'll start. So, regarding the Sorcerer Planner, what are you curious about? Because the thing is, Medivh, if you watch to the midway point of the video, I actually went over my equipment.
I need the aid of...
I'm gonna skip the dialogue here. So, in the video, right, because if you're asking about my Sorcerer and the build planner, which I don't have a build planner. I'd never bothered to make one because I cooked up the build as I went along. I actually showed all of my equipment, like, after I finished the run. So that might be something useful for you to take a look at. I saw your video. It was cool and fun to play, so I was looking to play that build. Lucky me, you stream. Yeah, you saw the full video. Okay. So, yeah, if you're looking for more details on how the build performs, then yeah, of course, you can look at the midway point, and I kind of went over, like, it was, like, I didn't include my voice in there, right? It was meant to be, you know, gameplay only with no commentary, but I kind of went over my equipment, I went over my helm, which is the Hail of Varglass, that took, like, forever, by the way. I'll probably do a video, though. I'm probably gonna do a video, later today, where I kind of go over my sorcerer when I finished her, and maybe talk about, well, yeah, I'm gonna talk about, like, how I put it together. Like, I actually already have it written here. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do a separate video. Like, I already kind of like showed all the equipment, but I'll talk about like the skill or the gear that I had, the boss powers, the skills I used, the Paragon boards I used, the mercenaries, and I think the last thing was basically how I got there. So, like, what I prioritized. Oh, this is a dead end. I gotta go up this way. Yeah. Prioritizing, like, oh, like, which boss powers did I do, like, when did I do incursions. I did a lot of boss mats, and I finally got Hail of Verglass from Urivar. I wish I'd known that sooner, because maybe I could have farmed more Judicator's Masks or Living Steel, because apparently they're supposed to also drop from Grigwar, right? So, yeah, you are, like, I am streaming, so if you do have questions, by the way, I meant to ask this. If there's questions that you have for me, then please just ask about the build or anything else Diablo 4 related. Like, I'm trying to do, just to give you an idea of the content I put out on my channel, right? Because you said you saw my run. I'm assuming that you saw it on hellties.gg. I do I do a level 1 to Torment 4 with every class in the game. At least, like, at the start of the season. You know, other people try to just, you know, like, go all the way to endgame and grind out a fully finished character. I try to make, like, 6 characters and get them to Torment 4 so that I can kind of, like, tell people how to get there, I guess, or what my journey looks like. So far, I've done my Companion Druid. Companion Druid is my favorite build in the game, so I always start with Companion Druid. And then there's the Sorcerer, which... Ice Shard Sorcerer, there were a number of changes that were made this season, which made me quite excited to try it, right? So I put that... And I didn't really see that many people making videos on Ice Shard Sorcerer, because even though there were a lot of changes for Ice Shard Sorcerer, it doesn't look like Ice Shard Sorcerer is very strong, to be honest. Like, okay, sorry. It is pretty strong, but it's not as, like, it's not broken strong. Like, there's apparently, like, a death... There's, like, a rogue build, like the Death Trap rogue, and that Death Trap rogue is hitting for, like, infinite damage or something like that. Obviously, this Ice Shards build isn't on that level of power. It still feels very strong, and you can evidently make it to Torment 4 on it. You can make it to Torment 4 on every class in the game, for sure, right? And my goal is to kind of help guide people on all the classes to that point. That's why I always start off... okay, so now there's just gonna be dialogue. There's every season I like to go through each of the character classes and do a 1 to Torment 4 just so that I have knowledge of, like, how the classes feel and how difficult it is to get there and all that good stuff, right? You saw yeah, I like Sorcerer. I play every season. Yeah, no, that's great, dude. Is it only Sorcerer, or are there other builds that you're interested in too? I did a Blizzard Sorcerer in the PTR.
If you truly mean to snuff out these demons, I am at your service.
Okay. I'm just waiting for the dialogue to finish here. Okay, now I can head back to Tarsarak. So, are there any other, like, classes that you enjoy playing or builds, or is it just Sorcerer? By the way, something I'm going to point out real quick. I'm not posting this to advertise. You're more than welcome to watch on YouTube if you want. But on Twitch, there's no delay, or there's a lot less of a delay. It's like maybe like a 5-second delay for responses. So you don't have to wait like a minute between replies, because YouTube is like on a pretty big delay for whatever reason. I don't know if that helps you at all. Alright. Barbarian. Ah, nice. Necro. Ooh, so you're sorcerer, barbarian, necro. Yeah, my favorites would be like druid, then probably sorcerer and necro. Myself, I'm a big spellcaster type of person. Barbarian is
I have
not as much my cup of tea. Rogue is my second least favorite, and then like, you know, I'm just not much of a rogue guy in general. And Spiritborn is my least favorite just because I don't really, when I play other games, I've played barbarians, I've played rogues, whatever, but Spiritborn is like an archetype unique to Diablo 4, and because of that I can't really relate to it, if that makes sense. But so hey, you came here. Nice, nice. Good to have you here with us, Medivh. Welcome. And yeah, I can chat with you in real time. This is amazing. Um, so yeah, going back to what you were saying though, barbarian, necro. So the barbarian. Okay, so right now I'm playing necro. The next character I'm playing is supposed to be Dance of Knives Rogue because that's supposed to be the easier or easiest one. Easiest one for like going 1 to 60 for sure. But I don't know how Torment 1 to Torment 4 is going to be. On the other hand, Barbarian, uh, usually in most seasons, the Barbarian, I play that second. So usually I do like Companion Druid and then Thorn's Barb. But this season I chose not to do Thorn's Barb second because it's a very boss-oriented season. And I think that the Thorn's Barb is going to struggle a lot with uh clearing bosses since they got buffed up the wazoo, right? So my plan is to run the like Druid, Sorcerer, Necro, and Rogue first. Then I'll probably struggle a fair bit with Barbarian. Well, I might actually leave Thorn's Barb for like even after Spiritborn, because even though Spiritborn is my least favorite, like I'd actually rather play Spiritborn than Thorn's Barb right now, I think, because Thorn's Barb just sounds like it's going to be miserable to play. But most seasons I like to do Thorn's Barb as my second like character. A lot of people, like, no one's really talking about Thorn's Barb. The funny thing about Thorn's Barb is it's actually amazing for leveling. Like, a lot of people this season are like, oh yeah, Dust Devils and Whirlwind is where it's at. No, actually, well, okay, this season in particular, yeah, that would be where it's at. But in the past seasons, like in season 6 and season 7, I was running Thorn's Barb for leveling like 1 to 60 and Torment 1 to 4, and it felt amazing. Like, not like, again, not like overpowered levels of amazing, but you know, most people will struggle with getting or generating enough fury to maintain their whirlwind. They might have to rely on cooldowns. Thorns, you just run at them, that's it. You just run at them and then they die. It's like the most amazing thing. I like how you give details, brother. Oh yeah, no, it's my pleasure. I mean, that's sort of what I'm here for. Like, what good would it do you if I didn't give any details, right? Hold on a second. So this is, okay, this is perfect. The reason why I did all this, level 17 to level 18. So I went from 17.7. I'm just, yeah, I like, usually when I do these runs, I'm also experimenting with different things. So here, 17.7 to 18.15 from doing the seasonal quest, or first quest number 1 in seasonal quest line took me from 17.7 to 18.15. So the reason I'm like making a note of that for myself is because I'm trying to revise my leveling process, right? Like I told you how, like, I don't know if you had heard me earlier, but there's people who are trying to level right now, and I'm actually trying to figure out like what the quickest way is. Like the streamers are largely just saying, oh, just spam incursions. I think I saw this guy Ponyhoff. I don't know if you know him, but Ponyhoff said that the way to go is to start off with strongholds, then do incursions, then finish off with strongholds. And I think that the fastest way to go about this is Hell Tides into incursions, into strongholds, and then finally turning in your renown rewards, right? But of course, I'm still in the middle of trying to figure all this out for myself right now. So yeah, that's just to kind of fill you in on what I'm doing, that's kind of the gist of it. So, yeah, hope that gives you some insight onto what I'm trying to do here. So, okay, that was the first quest on the seasonal quest line. I at least unlocked the reputation board. I can see that all the hell tides that I did don't count until I do the first quest. That's good to know. I'll make a note of that for myself. Reputation board inactive until this is done. So yeah, now I know that, right? For in case anyone else asks about it. And now where else can I go? I can start spamming the incursions now if I really wanted to. This... okay, you know what? I'll go do it. Why not? The incursion starts in 2 minutes, but the Legion event is also active. Yeah. Version. I don't think I'll be able to make it where I'll finish the Legion event and then be able to make it in time for the incursion, but I can try. Especially because there's the... I'm gonna have to turn in my whispers too. Begins in 1.5 minutes. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other things. Because of like, yeah, I mean, it's not every day that I get newcomers to my channel, right? And so I'm really excited to share some of the information on kind of like what I'm doing here, so that I can kind of like fill you in on the details and, you know, whatever information you might be interested in. I mean, I'm not like a super knowledgeable person about the game or anything like that. I'm not like one of those people who, I mean, in a manner of speaking, like no-lifes the game or anything like that. I'm just, I'm really just a guy who goes around playtesting these seasons and, yeah, gathering information here and there about some of the more obscure stuff, I guess, is the easiest way I can put it. So how's your Sorcerer going, by the way, Medivh? I forgot to ask. So you're playing, so you said that you play Sorcerer every season, and yeah, you were asking about my build, but I realized I never got a chance to ask you anything about your side of things. Are you still leveling through the game? Are you looking for, are you already in like Torment? Like, what's the story for you? Because, like in my case, this is like my third character, but I imagine that not everybody is just... Well, I'm sure most people are still on like their first or maybe even second character. Yeah, I really liked Ice Shards going level 1 to Torment 4. And I think that if you're gonna play Ice Shards, like, when I played Ice Shards, it took me like 7 hours to get to Torment 1, and that's mainly because I actually spammed incursions rather than strongholds. Otherwise I could have shaved off an hour. And I was like taking my time with it too, in some ways. Like, I'm always taking my time with it, trying to upgrade my gear as I go along, trying to measure my power. I'm not just hopping between from one incursion to the next. So when I play my Dance of Knives rogue, I'm gonna go all in on like trying to speed clear everything. But right now, yeah, I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm doing this Legion event, but I don't even know if this is really worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna go do the incursion. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think I'll be able to make it in time for the incursion if I stay at the Legion event, so... You'll be back? Okay, sounds good, dude. We'll chat more in a bit. I'd love to hear more about your journey this season, man. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you so far. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to meet you, though. You have fun. I have to be right back in a second, too, I think. So this is, might be good timing for me. Double axe.
This stops nothing.
Okay. Alright. Uh... We are, and then Betraying Eye. Ah, there you go. With Variana, I'm actually getting some movement speed from Massacre. Yeah, definitely gonna need to prioritize movement speed on my equipment, I think, this time around. I don't really need, like, essence or, you know, resource per second unlike some other builds, so, yeah, it's good. See the Apparition Incursion, the next one is spawning in 2 minutes, so I have some downtime. Well, I have to actually fight the boss, both bosses first, come to think of it, so I might not even have time to... not even have that much downtime. Either way, this will take me from level 18 to, I think, level 19, and then I think when I turn in my Whispers, that'll bring me to level 20. Yeah, there you go. I'm getting plenty of reputation here.
Your insolence is at an end.
Oh, wow. Somebody just insta-killed him. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I'll take it. There's nothing much I can do about that. Okay. Well, this is perfect. I should go then to the Tree of Whispers. I'm gonna salvage my gear. I'm gonna turn in my favors and all that. Again, it would have been better if I started these incursions at like level 30, I think, because that's where the Whispers would have come in a lot more handy, but, oh, whatever. Chest plates, boots, and rings. Let's do boots. Need boots the most here. I need ones with movement speed. Shadow finesse. Corrupting darkness damage. Oof. Yeah. It's not quite what I need right now. Blizzard's Blood Lance. Yeah, the more whispers I do, the better for it'll be for me, since I need to get that recipe ASAP, the one for boosting summon damage. There we go. See, one full level up for my summons. Increased armor. My summons pretty much never die anyway. Okay. Strike chance, but I need a trigger rune for it. Attack speed, lucky hit chance increased. Is there anything else I can do while I wait? Oh yeah, I can upgrade this, but I mean it's starting, and to tell you the truth, I don't think it's worth trying to spend time figuring out an upgrade that's like this minuscule at this level. Later on, like 20% more damage matters a lot more than it does in like the early levels, I think. Because the monsters scale up way higher as you get to like level 50 onward. But maybe even like as early as level 40, they start to get pretty tanky. But here, it's like okay. Yeah, it does take a while for me to kill these monsters now. Yeah, I mean, the problem is I don't have my tempers. It really is an issue of not having the right tempers. Like, if I put on natural finesse on everything, I assure you that I'd instantly kill pretty much everything. But, I mean, there's also some other people here who are, like, level 60. So, sure, just let them carry me for now. I don't like letting others do all this on my behalf, but this thing has 2 sockets. But in this case, I don't think I have much of a choice, so it's either that or I just completely skip this, which doesn't, like, I can just ignore the apparition incursions, which doesn't really make much sense either. Greater apparition. Wow, that was like the fastest incursion I think I've seen done yet. And come to think of it, 2 levels from now I unlock Callan's Edict, so when I unlock my key passive and when I get my finesse recipes, then I'll probably switch it over to hard mode and then try to get XP quickly that way, but yeah. I think I'll still have enough damage to kill the bosses pretty quickly. In fact, I have too much downtime right now between incursions, I think. since these guys are able to kill it so fast. Alright.
Your insolence is at an end.
Alright. And he's just gonna immediately melt. That's another thing too. At this point I've been running the boss powers and I haven't really been paying attention to which ones I've picked up. So that's another thing I gotta deal with as well. Main cage. Yeah, I'm starting to get the recipes, that's for sure. Oh, here we go. Here's move speed. I'll toss that on. And yeah, I think I prefer this one over my other pants. I have 2 minutes before next one. Oh, a Yax rune. So if I drink a healing potion, I can get crit strike chance. Whole bunch of crit strike chance. Boss powers. So for now, I'll only use the blue ones. I'll try to... Oh, yeah. Here's the thing, right? Well, I actually don't even really have that much crit strike damage anyway. I'm gonna use this one. And the thing is, if this were my first character, I would be running Beastmaster's Training as my main power. Or as my... Like, I would be leveling this first. I think that would be the most important one. But since it's already, like, max rank, then, well... Yeah, I don't know. A Taurus. I think I just fought a Taurus, didn't I? I don't even remember which ones I fought, but... Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that I have the ones from... like, I just have the magic boss powers specifically. So... Like, I can throw this one on for movement speed. I'm gonna try to avoid using the ones that are like max rank already. Aside from this one, because I don't really have any crit strike damage anyway, and I don't plan to get any crit strike damage for a while. So this is gonna be stuck at like 5% for a little bit. And then I can even do this one for vulnerable damage. Or outlaw sharpshooters, but I've already maxed, or I've pumped that one up by quite a bit. Yeah, I think this starts off at like 10%, and then it scales, I guess, all the way up to about 20% more damage the farther away they are from me. I'll just do this one. There we go. I think this is a pretty safe bet as far as powers are concerned. It's not the ones that are like totally broken or anything of that sort. Okay, it's about time I move to the next incursion, so I'm gonna head up to Karagar. I think this next one will bring me to like level 20. I want to say like a little under level 24. And then I'll turn in my whispers, and that should get me close to 25. Yeah. Definitely the incursions are nice to run for XP, but it's not... Oh, there we go. Is this going to be one of the... Oh, this apparition incursion is going pretty quickly, but not as fast as the last one. I wonder how many people are on it right now. Yeah, it still takes me a while to bring these ones down at this point. Ah, here's a nice little upgrade. I'm telling you, I just need that tempering recipe. I need to run a few more of these, and then hopefully I'll get it. Okay. I can activate my ultimate here. Curse him first. Yeah, I overpower for like 112 damage, which is actually pretty pathetic right now. I barely put a dent in his life. This guy's also level 22, same as me. And he also has some minions of his own. Put on Wings of the Creator. There we go. now I can style on bosses as I need to. Oh, this one's taking a lot longer than the previous ones. When there isn't somebody who can like kill it super fast, then it seems that this whole thing takes a lot longer. Apparition Incursion coming up in 3 minutes. I'm tempted to skip this one and do that one instead, but this is more in line with how much damage I can actually do. Oh, there's whispers that spawned in this area just now. Oh, that's convenient. I'm gonna have to finish this area up and then turn in Venus Motes. There's gonna be a whisper at that Apparition Incursion, but I mean, I don't think I can make that one, given how long this one is taking to complete. This is normal mode too. I feel like I do like no damage, and it's not even like hard mode or anything like that. It's normal. So, yeah, this further emphasizes why I was saying that it makes the most sense to run these incursions on normal if you're starting out. But I think on hard mode there's going to be, like, if you're playing hard mode, you're going to find that there's other people who can do a pretty decent amount of damage. Like, it's always going to be a mixed bag, right? Like, sometimes there's going to be one dude who can kill everything by themselves. Maybe because, you know, they're like level 60 or something. Other times you might get a bunch of people who are like lower level. At least that's how it was yesterday. But I mean, now that we're like 3 days into the season, I think some people might. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe there's not as many low levels as there used to be that are just mooching. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. That, you know, people might be trying to mooch, but yeah, like, it does mean that the runs take longer as compared to when you're running it with, like, a guy who's, like, Paragon 100 already and, like, level 60, right? That's, yeah, just the reality. Yeah, that Army of the Dead was helpful. And Callan's Edict, too. They gain attack speed and increase damage for each active minion, and then one of my minions die, the other one's enrage. Oh, that's great. I think that's another change they made to Callan's Edict. Oh, ouch. I'll show down with Belial. Okay, this isn't going nearly as slowly as I expected, but yeah. Still taking a bit of time here. Okay, where's the next incursion? Okay, over here. I can, like, port it there, so it's, like, really fast for me to get to that spot. Oh, this is a really good one. This is a pretty big upgrade to my damage, but I'll have to worry about that later. Oh, okay.
You will learn not to intrude.
Ah, nice. Oh, okay. Do I die to that? Nope, not yet. That was a lot of damage, though. Nope. How time do I have left here? Almost got him. There we go. Okay, so I think that should qualify me for the rewards. And then I wanted to trigger this real quick. I'm curious to see if I can still make it. Like, I should go now, but I need to hit this waypoint. I'm actually curious to see how long I can hold off on going there, in this case. Otherwise, the optimal route, if it's going to disappear in a second, would have been to just go directly back to Tree of Whispers, turn in the Whispers, and then go there immediately to the next incursion. So you see, this is why I wanted to run Hell Tides all the way to like 25 or something first, because a lot more helpful. Oh, there we go. Call the There we go. So I can go to Imperial Library now, and hopefully I can still get in on this. But this is a chance to learn whether or not this is actually how it'll work. Ah, I guess there is a limit. I can't just... I can't delay too long, I guess. Use summon golems. Yeah. Alright. So it really is about 2 minutes. If I don't show up at, like by 2 minutes, then they won't let me in. Because each apparition incursion, a new one shows up every 5 minutes. And well, yeah. I'll have a chance to do this one later anyway, so I'm not really too bummed out about it. I'm just gonna activate the waypoint for the PvP zone while I'm close by. I'm gonna salvage my equipment. And I think I don't have my Minion Finesse recipe yet, but eventually I'll get that. It's perfect. I feel like I took like the long way. I might have been able to get in from that zone, but I guess to be fair, I was coming here originally for the incursion, not for the waypoint. I'm just trying to make the most out of my time here. Okay, I got a minute and a half to the next incursion, so... And how long before these expire? Okay, I have some time. I'm gonna go to Karagar, I'm gonna salvage all my stuff, and then... Go on. You're back! Hey, welcome back, dude. How's Necro going? It is going pretty well. I think you showed up after... I think I only had one death so far, and that was in Helltide when I was switching over from normal to Penitent to try to turn in my cinders at the Tortured Gifts. So that was like my one death, but otherwise the rest of the run is going pretty well. So far, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna open Greater Collection of Materials. They give me any loot? No, but I guess the one thing I really need... Oh, Mobility or Macabre. Well, that sort of might be useful later. Blood Innovation. Yeah, I'm just looking for the Minion one. That's the only one I really care about here. And until then, I can upgrade my weapon. But I can't... I can, like, put the aspect on it, but I can't temper it with anything. Yeah, crit strike damage, sure. I don't even really crit, do I? Okay. Let's throw that on. Yep, this served me well, but... I think it's time for that to go. Titan's Fall? Yeah, this one. Dreadful Augments. Doesn't really matter. Any of them are usable in this case. Erupting damage, yeah, I don't really need any of these. Okay, salvage all. And then I can go into the next incursion. This time, I will not miss it. I gotta make sure I grab the waypoint, though, on the way in. I also just remembered. Maybe I should have gone back to where I was and finished off those whispers. I've forgotten about those. It's kind of cool that these incursions sometimes spawn in places that have whispers of their own. Since then I can just run the whispers in my downtime. Well, not that there's very much downtime for these incursions. Like, unless you have like a group of people who spread out and do it super fast for some reason, and we have a guy that can insta-kill the boss, then it's very difficult for that to be the case. Yeah. So, yeah, earlier I was asking, I hope I'm not bothering you with this question, because I'd asked it a few, once or twice already, but, are you... Oh, wait a second, there's this is like a little event here. Shoot. Maybe trigger the event later. I'm gonna do this first. So... this season for you right now, what's the situation for you? Are you like in Torment? Have you made your character? Are you playing like Sorcerer? I'm guessing you're playing Sorcerer because you were, I mean, you found me through my Sorcerer video, right? So I think it's fair to assume that you yourself are playing Sorcerer, or maybe you're interested in making one. I don't know. But yeah, what's the situation for you right now? It's Meteorites. Yes, made Sork as always. Okay, what's your build? And what level are you? I keep calling it Sork. Oh, okay, well. There we go. There's a proper death, I guess. Yeah, the last one at the Hell Tides didn't count, but like, I mean, I kind of don't count that because again, I was in the limit testing there. But here, yeah, I just straight up got owned. Oh, here's my first amulet. That should help me stay alive a little bit longer now. Oh, your Paragon 50 struggling. Oh, okay. All right. Would you? Okay. What are you struggling with at the moment? Yeah, I'd love to hear more about this because yeah, maybe I can kind of like give some like my 2 cents on what could be done, or maybe you don't want you know, any advice. Maybe you want to figure it out on your own. I don't know. If so, then let me know. Otherwise, I'd be happy to learn more about like what your like how your build is going so far. And you know, because like I made my sorcerer, and I kind of know how my sorcerer has developed in Torment, from Torment 1 to Torment 4. So I know some of the pain points that I encountered, and I can, you know, compare my notes with yours in this case. Lyle's illusion weakens. Okay, great. Still have 2 of these. I can raise more of the dead here. Oh yeah, Golem Mastery. And speaking of Golem Mastery, I should probably get this one. I want to get the Blood Golem that shares 30% of the damage with me, because that's basically 30% damage reduction. Like, Necro's kind of insane, low-key, for survivability. Like, they don't have as much survivability as Barbarian, or they don't have as much life as Barbarian, rather. But they can generate themselves... I think they can generate themselves a lot of Fortify, and they also have a lot of sources of damage reduction. I don't know if they have, like, an easy way to get Barrier, though. That's, like, the one thing. I think they do. I think they have, like, a lucky hit for that, which is kind of crazy. Struggling. Lightning Spear was not having fun. Was scrolling YouTube, saw your build was looking fun, so I want to do that build. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Damage low, can't hit, enemy die fast, didn't get proper loot, so looking to farm later. Okay, cool. All right, let's go through this one by one then. So first off, you're in Torment 1, right? If you're in Torment 1, then... usually what I do, as preparation going into Torment 1, I try to make sure that I'll probably do a video later to kind of cover my equipment a little bit greater detail, right? But for now, I can kind of give you like the long story short. Oh, hold on, where's the next incursion? I gotta hit the next incursion. I don't see it. Okay, just finish this incursion. Wait, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but oh, okay, cool. This is perfect. This incursion does not have a whisper attached to it. So I can use this opportunity to go and go over to Braceteg and finish off the other whispers that I had there. Hey, I got Minion Finesse. Okay, this is perfect. All right, wonderful. I can actually start upgrading my equipment too once I run the rest of the whispers. So, didn't get loot later. Okay, so... Oh man, there's so much I can tell you about. I wish I could like get a proper look at your character, then I could kind of tailor my advice a little bit better. But I will say that when I made it from like level 60 and going into Torment 1, right? What I did was I loaded up my equipment with as many 750s as I could, or well, basically gear that has 600 item power or above is acceptable, except your weapon. Because the thing is with my weapon, right? Like I had to make sure that I got a 750 item power weapon. And the way I did that was by gambling with my obols. So you can like gamble with obols, or you can like turn in your rewards if you have like a mercenary, because they have report. So there's like a couple ways you can get like a proper weapon. Same thing applies with all of your gear. So that's what I did getting into Torment 1. And then with the level of power I had going into Torment 1, I was able to make it all the way to Torment 2 without changing anything, okay? I made notes of the game for myself. So, yeah, I actually have another video on my channel, Torment I think it was Torment 1 Pit T20, and I kind of showed my equipment there after I finished the run. It was like a 2-minute Pit 10 run, and then I kind of showed my gear and kind of what I was using for that. Uh, and in that, like, that level of equipment was enough to get me all the way to Torment 2. And after I made it to Torment 2, my first priority was to get Grigor's Lightning Square. Well, actually, it was Beast in the Ice's Sleet, but Beast in the Ice's Sleet, I realize, is just not very good with Ice Shards. I'm not going to get into specifics of why, it's besides the point, but it's not good. So, I switched it out, and I was having a much greater level of success when I did so. Okay, Decay Innovation. Maybe Minion Finesse? Yeah. Golem damage. Skeleton Mage damage. I'm looking for summon damage specifically. I want to boost all of my summons in this case. So you also said didn't get proper loot. I don't... Have you been, like, what have you been farming? I imagine that you've been doing the incursions. And if you've been doing the incursions, right? If you were doing the incursions, then you must have done the, you must have actually gotten a bunch of stuff on your board, reputation board. Like in Tarsarak, you talk to whoever the NPC is, and she has like, oh, whoa, this one's better. I actually should have used that one instead. Whoops. Yeah, okay, I might switch over actually. Yeah. Yeah. So, if you talk to that NPC, she gives you this, like... She has that board, and you can actually get a lot of equipment for there. That's actually what I did. I think I checked the reputation cache stuff first, and then I did the obols after. I like to save the obols because obols, if you go into Torment, is a pretty quick and easy way to get, like, some ancestral equipment, especially ancestral weapon. So, I like to save my obols for when I make it into Torment. But until then... Okay, here we go. A pretty solid weapon here. Gonna start tempering the rest. Summon damage, that's good. Summon damage, that's golem damage. Golem. Summon damage, okay, perfect. This is such a good quality of life change. Summon. So I don't have to keep re-clicking the same recipe. Okay, there we go. Good. Okay. I'm gonna salvage all this. And I think I'm ready. Oh, wait, no, one more thing. I need to put on some move speed here. I know this is a legendary recipe, but I think, for mobility, it doesn't really matter as much as any of the other ones. Okay, movement speed. Okay, now we can move pretty fast. If I put on an aspect on here, then I can get some movement speed on there too, so that should help. Okay, I can head over to this incursion. I guess there's one here as well, but the one that's not in Nahantu doesn't have a Whisper attached to it. The reason I do level on my own this season, I was so bored, so I boosted my character, so because of that... Oh, got it. I didn't do most of the season quest, and all, that's why I am struggling. Oh, wow. Okay, well, my mistake then. Okay, that definitely changes things. I'm like thinking, so you don't... You got boosted. So when you got boosted, you had to go through the pit, right? And if you went through the pit, they didn't give you any loot from the boss skills at all. Whatever items I got from the pit, I'm using those items. Oh, okay. So you are using the items from pit. Okay, I see. I see. Did you get the tempers on your gear too? Yeah, and stop me at any time if you know I'm like. I don't want to. I definitely don't want it to be like, oh, I'm just telling you how to play or anything like that, right? Like, I'm just genuinely trying to get a feel for what your build looks like and all that. Oh, wow, this is amazing. Oh. Hold on a second, I just realized that no one popped the Betraying Eye, but somebody will pop it. So, I'm gonna use this time to run these while I wait for them to finish. Yeah, you can tell, brother, whatever you want. I'm cool. Okay, great. Alright. Yeah, because, like, I know in the past there's been people who've come in and tried to tell me, like, okay, yeah, you should do this, you should do that. And I don't want to come off as that to you, especially, you know, it's like your first time here, right? So, I don't want it to be the only time you're here either. So, Yeah, okay. It got temper, but not which I need to use for my lightning. Well, you have natural finesse though. Natural finesse as a starting point is fine. Like it'll. I mean, it's a slight. It's a nice, decent boost. Okay, I'm like trying to think what else you have. You have all your. You have a 750 item power weapon at least. Usually, if you have a 750 item power item, you can get through Torment 2 just fine. So for me, usually. You have also you said you're Paragon 50, which means that you must have a minimum of 50 Paragon points. Not like I did all the renown stuff, but I wouldn't expect that necessarily everyone else would have done renown too. Okay, there. Oh, cool. Legendary boots. I might do something with that later. Belial moves to a new location. Ritual site. That's a lot of XP. I wonder if I'm getting XP from the monsters that are being killed over up there. Probably not, but yeah, I think that's wishful thinking. Medivh, you can check. Oh, can I? How can I do that? Like, oh, do you mean like I can like add you? Here, yeah, I can. I'll gladly add you. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would make things so much easier. Yeah, thanks for that. Rather than me just throwing in random suggestions. Because if you had like a way for me to see your guy, which you're not mentioning, then yeah, that I can tell you exactly what I would recommend doing. I can also give you gear, by the way. You want me to just? I can also just give you gear, unless because you say you got boosted. I don't know if you're the kind of player like me who, like in my case, I like to level all my characters from the ground up, like self-found from like level 1 to Torment 4 without getting any sorts of equipment from anybody else or boosted by anyone else or anything like that. But maybe in your case, yeah, in your case, I'd imagine that you'd be okay taking like free stuff. I do have items I might be able to toss your way. You guess proper temper on my build, I can go proper. Okay, let me just. Yeah, I mean I'm here now. I'm just gonna let these my minions do their thing, and then I'll take a look at your stuff. Increased damage. There was Titan's Fall, right? Titan's Fall is when I'm fortified. I do more damage. Yeah, there we go. I'm not fortified right now, but if I respec this, then I might be able to get fortified this way. Alright, great. Okay, so what was the Medivh 1996? I was like leveling oh wait, no. He said I like leveling but was trying to be smart this season messed you up. But wait, did you play on the PTR? Maybe because when I played on the PTR, it was much tougher than on the live servers, like minus the boss powers. Like with the boss powers, the PTR became a joke, but without the boss powers, the PTR was actually quite difficult. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so is there another incursion somewhere? I'm gonna take a look in a bit. Oh yeah, there is another incursion, but these incursions are starting to not have whispers attached to them anymore. So this is what I was talking about. This is why I wanted to turn in these whispers later if possible. Like I wanted to run Helltides first, ideally. You didn't. Oh, okay, got it. All right, cool. Let's start off with that then. I'm gonna look at your gear in a second after I kill the treasure goblin. Bone Prison actually stops him dead in his tracks. Did I get a useful... Nope. No useful offensive aspects just yet. Alright. Gonna check out your equipment in a second. Okay. View profile. Okay, that's not bad. Or this is... This isn't a bad starting point. Okay, so Jens gives you enough resistances. You're good on that. 750, 750. You have all 750, so in that regard, you're actually doing better than I was when I went into Torment 1. The one trade-off here is that you don't have the right aspects. Okay, I know what you need to do. Okay, so the very first thing you should actually be doing Aside from like, you're talking about the, I don't know what your tempering recipes look like. Ideally, if you have, you should have worldly finesse and natural finesse. Natural finesse is a safe bet. You can always toss natural finesse on your equipment, just to amp up your damage a little bit. But the one thing that you're missing, like if you're looking to get ice shards, there is an aspect called shards. There we go. It's called Aspect of Piercing Cold, and you can actually get this from a dungeon. I don't remember which one, because I've already unlocked it, right? But if you do, okay, I'll mark this as favorite. If you do the dungeon that allows you to hit ice shards 5 times, that helps. No single aspect on your items. Okay, well, yeah, that's probably a good chunk of the reason why you're struggling. The other thing too is, again, like in my case, one of the first things I prioritized was getting the unique ring called Tal Loop. Yeah, so I had the unique ring Tal Loop, and that gives me more damage, like a lot more damage, right? You know how Tal Loop works. You played Sorcerer before. I would have prioritized trying to run Varshan for that and Raiment, but I got lucky and Tal Loop actually dropped from one of the pits that I ran. That's the only reason why I didn't need to go and do anything of that sort. Hey, legendary ring. Crit strike chance, damage over time. I don't really need this, but sure. Yeah, so if you're I'm assuming that you're trying to switch over to ice shards, and I'm just telling you what to prioritize here. So ice shards, I think is it a new aspect? Hold on. Lockable from a dungeon. No, let me that off. Avalanche. This one, Aspect of Frozen Memories. I don't think you can unlock this from a dungeon, but if you can, then this is a super useful one to have too. So that's 2 things you would need to do. Your amulet. Okay, I don't know if you have... Okay, this is not a bad amulet. You would need to roll off shadow resistance for something a bit more useful. Ideally, a passive or resistance to all elements or crit strike chance. Getting a proper aspect on this. Maybe if you have inner calm, right? I see that, you haven't actually imprinted anything onto your gear. So if you had like inner calm somewhere, you could toss that on here. It's the fact that you don't have, like, you're saying that you're struggling. It's no wonder you're struggling. Your like, look, your gear here in max life, maximum resource, like if you in armor mana per second, in max life armor, the rolls on your gear are actually pretty decent. The problem is that your offensive aspects are just not there. You have 0 offensive aspects that help you. As soon as you put, and these are multiplicative damage modifiers, by the way. If you wear like the ice shards one that I told you about, you're getting like additional like 60% damage. The avalanche gives another 30% damage. Just those 2 alone would give you double damage, and then you'd also have 3 more aspects available. So if you throw those on, I'm pretty sure you will have a significantly easier time. Never mind the fact that, like I was talking about, like Tal Loop, that alone will almost double your damage, right? So yeah, there's like a lot of stuff you can upgrade on your guy for sure. I'm glad I took a look. I was wondering, I thought you were running like a 500 item power staff or something. No, you have a 750. All you need is an aspect on this, and you'll be fine. Like a good aspect, I mean. So yeah, that's what the problem there is. And then, oh, there's an apparition incursion. I should probably head on over there before it disappears again. Don't want a repeat of what happened earlier. So go this way. That staff you got in Gamble Roll? Okay, that's not bad. I hope that you gambled it in Torment rather than in Penitent, though, because if you gamble in Torment, that's where you can actually get Ancestrals. You can't gamble Ancestrals in Penitent or lower. And you're talking about gamble roll lucky. Well, it's not really lucky. The thing is, as soon as you hit... Well, I guess... Actually, no, it is lucky because you could have gotten rares. Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, so I'm running this. Trying to get the Whisper for this.
What is this?
T4 is unlocked, so I'm hitting creep there, and they hit me good back. So went back to normal. He went back to normal. Okay, I understand. Right, because if you're okay, well, that's quite the drop in difficulty. You went all the way from the hardest difficulty all the way to like the lowest difficulty. I mean, you're at Paragon 50. I imagine you should be able to do at least like expert or penitent. I feel like you should even be able to do Torment 1, but I mean, I guess if you don't have aspects or like a proper build, then you might struggle quite a bit. They humbled you? Yeah, no, man. Torment 4, with your level of power, you would not be able to handle that. At most, you'd be able to take on Torment 2 with yours. With, like, you have no offensive aspects. That's the biggest problem. And you don't have... Like, you have Lightning Spear, but the thing with Lightning Spear is... Lightning Spear... Pretty much every build is not going to be... is not going to perform very well if you don't actually have the right aspects to go along with it, right? That's just how the game works. Like, I can't, I don't know how else to put it. Like, you need those aspects. And it doesn't have to be, like, all of them either. But, I mean, like I just mentioned, right? Like, Ice Shards, there's, like, one of the reasons I played Ice Shards to start is because Ice Shards, you can actually get the aspect from it just by running the dungeon. So, yeah. I'm gonna need to take a short break in a bit, by the way. I'm just gonna finish this one and maybe the next Apparition Incursion, and then I'll BRB for a couple minutes. Battling Shrine. This is not going as quickly as I wanted it to, and there's a treasure goblin over there, too. Yes, brother. Yeah. So, hopefully those things can help you. The things that I just mentioned. And helping you put your build together, because I definitely think that you'll have a lot more fun once you get the aspects that I was talking about. And there's plenty of ways to get those aspects too, right? Like, you can run Whispers. Whispers are usually super easy. What you could do is, you could like run the Whispers on normal and turn them in on like a higher difficulty, like Penitent. I think that if you're in like normal, hard, expert, and Penitent, the number of Grim Favors you have are shared. But then if you do any of the Whispers in, let's say, like Torment 1, and then you turn it in Torment, or you get like, you can run like, let's say 10 Grim Favors in Torment 1, and then you can turn in the 10 Grim Favors in Torment 4, for example. And I think the rewards are better if you do that, unless they changed it. So, we'll watch your stream and take a sleep later. It's 4:30 a.m. here. Okay. Yeah, well, you have a good night then. I mean, this is good timing for me because I kind of need to BRB pretty soon myself. And I'm going to be ending my stream pretty soon because I do need to head out. Not like, well, in a little bit. Maybe in about an hour. I'll probably be streaming just for like another hour, maybe hour and a half tops or so. So, yeah. Maybe I'll see you later when you wake up. Like, I'm planning to stream, like, late night this evening. I'll probably be trying to grind... I'll probably try and grind from Torment 1 to Torment 4, I'm thinking. So, yeah, we'll see.
I cannot be undone.
Oh,
This
yeah.
world is mine.
There we are. Bone augments. That was a lot of XP. I was kind of curious to see if I could tank that. I did see it. Okay, and then there was supposed to be... And oh, yeah, here it is. There's the incursion. Okay. Have a whole bunch of loot and recipes. Nice to meet you. Yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'd be happy to see the progress of your sorcerer, and if ever you have any sorcerer or questions for, like, getting... you know, getting more stuff for your build or more... feedback for your build, then I'd, just hit me up whenever you want. Like, I'll be happy to help with getting your guys set up and all that. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, man. Okay, so sort of interesting to me because if I start the Helltide on the hour, right? Like, I'm just looking to see when I run out of these whispers, since I've kind of used up a good chunk of these incursions that have whispers already. And when I do the whispers, right, they scale with levels, so it's actually better for me to do these incursions. Like, the later I start the incursions, the better. I just don't know how late, right? So, like, I start on the hour for the Helltide, and I'm able to do turn in all of those cinders on Penitent or whatever, and I'll be like level 25 or 30 even, and then I start the incursions. Maybe I'd get a lot more value out of it, or out of this leveling strategy. But right now, ow. Yeah, like right now, I would say that, oh, shoot. I would say that my build right now, or yeah, my build right now is just, it was struggling with trying to get the chests on Penitent. So I don't know how that's going to work. I might have to play around with it on my own time or something before I do the Dance of Knives Rogue like live. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't bother to upgrade my gear.
Is at an end.
Yeah, upgrading my gear is not my #1 priority right now, this season. Because there's so many incursions that are showing up that I have to like keep hopping between incursions. Alright, there we are. Gloves. What's this? Crit Strike Chance. Okay, now this is a good set of gloves. I would use these. Weapon Attunement. What's that? Hey, Necromancer Motion. Perfect. I can use that recipe for getting movement speed, I guess. Tree of Whispers. Okay, where's the next incursion? Okay, so the next incursion is in a region that I've already gotten the Whisper for, so whatever. Just gonna let that one go. Yeah, see, I'm gonna get like a full level up out of this, right? So this is why I've been saying that doesn't really make too much sense to start Whispers so early if you can avoid it. At least I'm not starting it from the very beginning, like with the with my Ice Shard Sorcerer, but still. I think there's still more improvement that can be done for this. So it's a good thing that I chose the Minion Necro first before I do Dance of Knives Rogue. Yeah, sure, movement speed is actually kind of important. I just realized something too. This whole time I haven't had a golem. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Hemorrhage. Might replace... Well, I'm gonna need to replace these later. Blood Surge in particular, but not at that point yet. Blood skills deal more damage, more healing. Orbs. Bone skills deal increased damage to vulnerable. For each darkness skill... Okay, I don't have any darkness skills, so who cares about that? Lucky hit chance? I think I'm actually already pretty good on my setup here. I don't really think there is much else that I need to do. I can probably just max out this. Maybe Army of the Dead, but I have all the... Oh, yeah, Finality. Okay, let's do Finality. Okay. Then I got my two-handed weapons. I got a two-handed axe. This one is significantly stronger than all my weapons right now. They deal 32 corrupting damage per second. Last after leaving the aura. No, I don't need that. I actually don't need that aspect. So I'm just gonna slam reanimation into this.
That looks worn.
And then I can temper. Minion augments. And Minion Finesse. Minion Augments. It doesn't... Oh, here we go. Skeleton Warriors can hit twice now. So I'm going to toss that in. And then I don't need overpower damage. I think minions can overpower now with the changes they made this season, but still. Critical strike damage, good. Summon damage, nice. Summon. Summons across the board. I was supposed to use this. I could still use it. Damage. Summon damage, okay. I'm gonna get rid of all these. I think I might even get rid of... No. Might even get rid of these boots. These boots give more armor, but I'd have to roll for movement speed on them. I don't want to do that right now. Okay, salvage them all. And is there... Just waiting for this pop-up to disappear. Okay, Apparition Incursion. What's the next one? Okay, it's here again, and I've already run the Whisper for it, right? So I can skip that one now. Hey, Minion Finesse, which I already have. Yeah, so I can head back here, and I think, well, I've already done the Whispers, and I already turned them in a while ago. I don't think I care anymore on that side. Yeah, I'm not really liking this pace at all. I can do PvP. PvP zone, Whispers. Use this downtime for that. But yeah, ideally, what I should have done is, I guess, Helltide all the way to, like, 25, because, yeah, right now I'm not... Like, I've drained out all the Whispers from the incursions, like, too quickly, so... yeah, I need to give myself a bit more buffer room for the next character. 38 seconds for the incursion. Okay. Oh, what's this guy? There we are. Wait, what did he... Oh, no, there's, that is a lot of gear. What is that? He just dropped me, like, 3 legendaries out of thin air. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do this event first. Okay, I'm gonna let my minions do their thing. I'm gonna look through my equipment while I wait. I'm gonna just let these go for now. I might use that one. Blood Mist triggers Corpse Explosion. Oh yeah, I can't just... Well, this one's got movement speed attached to it too. And it already has an aspect, so I can just slam summon damage and movement speed. So these two... this has like a bunch of armor. Yeah, I'd rather use that. This is already an upgrade over the weapon that I just found. This one's also critical strike damage. This one's in max life and thorns, so definitely going to be using that. The golem active also caused my golem to erupt. Ooh, it's looking really good. Yeah, I think I prefer my current ring to this one, so... Okay. Yeah, that was convenient. This is one of the reasons I love playing Minion Necro for leveling. I don't actually have to actively pay attention, which means that my hands are free to go and look at other... Like, pay attention to other stuff, like sort out my gear while I wait for these events to end and whatnot, while my minions take care of everything. Similar situation with this. Altar of Extraction. I'm gonna salvage all these. I have 500 Spectral Ash, right? I started off with, like, nothing. So, if this were the start of the season, I could totally... I could have, like, started buffing Beastmaster's training. I mean, that's, like, the main power that I prioritize if I had it. I think I fought a Beastmaster, but I can't remember. I don't keep track of those. There's, like, too much to keep track of. Oh, here we go. Blood. I would want my blood golem. It also pulls in enemies. Alright, I'll do the blood golem. I always like the blood golem to take some damage on my behalf. And then skeletal mages. Quite vulnerable. So each active shadow mage, nice. And skirmisher for 1 extra. Why did I not reduce one of your active cooldowns by 3 seconds? That makes 2 of them, and then I'm gonna go hit this PvP boss. Yeah. I'm also fortified, I think. Or maybe not, actually. What else can I get? I guess it's gonna be finality. Just gonna ramp up as much damage as I can. Also boost my armor, but avoid that for now. There, done. That's 1 PvP zone out of the way. This one, I've already been there, so it doesn't really... I think I may need to wait for the next one after. Wait, why am I picking these up? I don't care about those. I also need to finish the whispers here, or attempt to, in a little bit, but I could try to go there now, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do these ones now. Okay. Yeah, because these ones are on a timer. And then I might take a short break after the next, like if I finish these whispers, because these ones are time based, and I've already done like a part of these. Like I just need to run 1 more ritual, and I finish off 1, and then I just need to do another event, and that'll get me a level up. Maybe 2 level ups here even. I don't regret that I'm still playing on normal because I don't really have all of the aspects that I'm looking for. I don't have the... Like, I have minion finesse at least, so I'm minion finessing everything, right? But I feel like the damage between minion finesse and a reanimation alone is not enough to justify being on like a higher difficulty level. Complete an event. Okay. Knock off 2 birds with 1 stone here. Okay. Done this one. And I'm gonna go back to town first, I guess. I'm glad that here's another upside too. I always forget until I play the Minion Necro, but because I have so many meat shields, the monsters can't get to me, so I can actually recall in peace without getting interrupted.
It is done.
Chest plates and leg guards. Yeah, it's all about the like upgrading my weapon. Another full level up. I could upgrade my weapon right now with the cash I just got, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Like, I'm not gonna waste time upgrading, like, for a weapon that's just like maybe 5 to 10 DPS more than my current one. Slay all enemies? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Kind of interesting here. This is worth 2 different, or this is credited for 2 different whispers. Lakuni Village event and then the like clear 3 events one. So yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone for this one. And then, oh, there's an incursion here. Hold on. I need to go here then. Never mind running this event. Take it back. I can come back here later, but I need to hit the incursion. All right. Did not realize that this one had shown up. Is there another one at all that I missed? Oh yeah, the other one is in the is in this zone that I've already done at Braystag.
efforts are for naught, mortals. This realm is mine, and I shape it as I wish.
Yeah, I should actually help clear the incursions. The sooner I can finish this, I think it's more beneficial for me in this case. There's no whispers attached to these, so I don't need to hang around for like no reason. I also have 2 available points because I did the whispers. I also have some attack speed at least. Okay. Oh, I just activated my ult for no reason. Well, actually, no, that's a bit of a lie. I think that might be my ult in action. Ooh, I'm actually getting some pretty good items out here. There's a guy that just rode by me, and the guy's name is Minion AI Bad. I mean, they're interesting. Companion Druid in particular, the AI can sometimes be quite bizarre in its decision making, that's for sure. I also have 1,000 obols. I don't know how much or how many of them I started with, but I'll pretend that they're part of this guy just because I can't be bothered to find out. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna save my ult for when the big guy shows up. But otherwise, yeah, I think my damage is like starting to get up there. Okay, I'm not gonna have a hand in this. I haven't activated any of my skills. Yeah, he is taking some damage, but yeah, my golem just did a little bit. Like I'd say maybe like a 20th of his life there. But anyway, here's the big guy, and this will level me, and then get 5 Grim Favors, and I can go finish what I was doing a moment ago. There's another incursion that's starting. It's over here, but I can't get credit for it. I didn't. I thought I haven't. Have I actually already done that one?
Your insolence is at an end.
Can't wait to get like Unyielding Commander and all the other aspects. When I do that, that's when damage really starts to go up. But oh well. Until then. Okay. Yeah. So if I'm not casting stuff, definitely goes a bit slower. Yeah, I just use Golem there. I can see, like, when I cast the skill, like, his health bar does jump, like, a tiny bit. But it's not like, oh, as soon as I cast my skills, then suddenly he will just evaporate or, like, disappear from the face of the earth. Whatever. Oh. Some stuff here. Alright. Tree of Whispers. There is a world boss coming, too. I'm gonna try to hit that world boss. I need it mainly for the whisper more than anything else. Collection of 2-handers. But I think these are outdated now. You know what? I'm never gonna be using rares, so I'm gonna salvage all magics and rares. Let's just make things easier for ourselves here. Okay, so what are my best ones so far? It's basically a toss-up between these two. And this one too. I can temper some mobility. I should use Necromancer Motion. Magic version. There we go, movement speed. And then, oh, I should have actually prioritized Minion Finesse first. Oh, okay, I got lucky, but yeah. Let's put that on. Getting basic skill damage. Oh, this is good. Grants me attack speed. I do hit a lot with Hemorrhage, so it'll help me build up my Fortify, if nothing else. As for movement speed, yeah, 150%, 157% movement speed is kind of nuts. And I can throw on like an aspect later to round it out. I'm not even using the legendary version either. Well, maybe I am on my boots, but not my amulet. Okay, I could switch to this, but I think it's not worth, like, the jump in power isn't worth me going through the trouble of sorting that out. This next apparition incursion doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm gonna head over here and finish what I started. Might need to run one of the other Whispers first, though, before I do the event. Rye Cliffs. I could do Find the Corpse. Once I get the movement speed aspects, or... Oh, yeah, it's movement speed aspects. If I can get movement speed aspects, then I think I can actually start running these dungeons, and I'll have, like, a lot of movement available to me. Because I think part of the reason why I even have so much movement speed is that I put in, like, 3 ranks in a Death's Approach. So now, I run fast. My guy has, like, the weirdest running animation. For as much movement, but... Let's go quick. It does go pretty fast here. Yeah, it's kind of annoying to have to keep running back to the same spot, but had to do it. Where is the corpse? Usually I'm pretty good at finding these, but if I can't find it easily, then I might just... Okay, forget it. I just realized too, I need to complete 3 events for the other Whisper, so I can actually just do this one by itself. I don't even know if this is worth it. This is kind of like sunk ship because I already started this one. Otherwise, I might have been better off hitting one of the other ones with like Venus motes. That might have been quicker. I don't think Helltide would have been quicker though than any of this. Slay all enemies. Also, Varyana gives me movement speed too, with Massacre, so that helps as well. How much movement speed here do I have? 162. I can do better than that. Okay, where's the last one? Yeah. Earthshaker, sure. Please tell me I don't crash here. That'd be pretty sad. I had to redo this whole event again. I would have had to do this one like 3 times. Rudic Signet, and then complete events in different parts of the map, so... I can just run both of these real quick. What's the next incursion? Yeah, the incursion is in a place that doesn't really help me. I mean, there's no Whisper on this one. Alright. I mean, I have a lot of movement speed too, so that also helps. Oh, okay, never mind. No, I'm not dealing with this one. One of those puzzle ones that I have no idea how to solve. And... yeah, do this one. Wait, is there even an event here? Okay, Well, game baited me into thinking there was actually something here. I just took like the really long way around for these whispers. I don't know if it was worth it. I spent more time running than actually killing stuff, so I'll just activate my ults. And I think while I'm on my horse, I can still hit them with my ults. So, oh, please tell me there's an event here. You're kidding me. There's no event? Basically, spent the last 5 minutes trying to do this for like no reason then. Okay, I'll be right back in that case. Oh, is the next apparition incursion tied to... No, it's not tied to a whisper. Okay, I'll be right back then. Yeah, while I'm waiting here. Okay. Wait. Okay, I took a short break and I'm back. While I was gone, the Apparition Incursion actually popped up, and I actually gained 25% of my XP bar from it, even though I didn't do anything. So yeah, while I'm here, might as well see if it would at all be possible to get credited for this last Whisper, because it says to go and do 3 events, and I already did 2 of them, but then I couldn't find a 3rd one. Ah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. It's probably in 2 minutes. Play demons in the sigils to help him open it. Yeah, okay. Have a huge AoE with Army of the Dead, so hopefully I can use that to my advantage too. Okay, well actually this is perfect timing. I can kind of sit back and kind of look at my equipment. 200%. So I can't just rely on Army of the Dead this season. That's one of the reasons I was reluctant to play the Minion Necro. I forgot to talk about that. They did a lot of changes to Minion Necro, and they added like a new unique that you can use, but one of the changes they did make is that yeah, one of the changes that they made is that you can't
Something feels wrong. We need to help.
you can't just pump up Army of the Dead like you used to. And it doesn't look like I'm gonna be getting credited for the Whisper. That's unfortunate timing. I'll do these ones maybe. World Boss is spawning, Legion event is coming. This Apparition Incursion is kind of pointless for me to run right now. Well, I mean I could run it, but there's no Whisper on it, so it's not as good as it could be. Why is this taking so long? I'm standing in the slaying. Oh, you know what? When it says slay demons in the sigils, I think it means that I actually need them to come into the circle, and then I get credited for it. Well, that's stupid. So my Minion Necro is pretty worthless for this event. That's kind of... well, that's nice to know, I guess. I'm gonna complete an event, turn in the Venus motes, and then maybe do 3 rituals here. This is wait, this is an Apparition Incursion? What? Okay. Well, I get credited for the Apparition Incursion too, at the end of it, so I can, yeah, I might as well. I mean, I didn't know this was an incursion. I was only here for the Whispers, but, I mean, if they're attaching a Whisper to all this, then I might as well. Yeah, I can actually run this event. Greater Apparition will emerge soon. Yeah, like I said, I just need to be in the general area, and I think I get credited for the end of the event. It's like an extra like 30%. I know that I get extra because while I was gone, there was an incursion that spawned I saw, but like I was in the middle of something. And so since I got like I was at like 38%, and then I went up to like 38.25%, but maybe that's also because my minions were AFK killing stuff along the way too. So that might have been part of it. Alright, this is a pretty big barrier. Okay, Venus motes too. I'm gonna go. Ooh. Why? How did I miss this? Was there like a goblin here or something? I think I can... It took them a little bit to clear it. Here, let me help out a little. I don't know if I'm really doing that much damage though. Well, yeah, there we go. Belial's gonna emerge? Okay, well, in the meantime, I'm just gonna hit this then. I can't get credited for Whisper from this area anyway, so doesn't hurt to do this Rasping Shade now. Okay. Slay Belial, Lord of Lies.
Your insolence is at an end.
Alright. Good. Okay. I just need to slay Belial and I get a bit of extra XP on top of what I already have. My ult's coming back soon too.
I cannot be undone. This world
Activating my
is
ult.
mine.
3,800 damage. I don't know. That was a crit overpower. I don't know if that was my Blood Surge or my ult. I want to say that was my Blood Surge. Because what else would do 3,800 damage? Or it could have been my Golem, actually. That's usually the thing that does the most damage. See, that one gave me like 30%. Even with no Whisper attached to it. So, I mean, incursions are not a bad source of XP to just hang around the incursions. Maybe, yeah, like originally my plan was to non-stop grind incursions, but then I kind of shifted it midway through, and then I started trying to do Whispers, but I actually think that, because there's like some regions in which was already partway done the Whispers, right? So that's what I was trying to do. But yeah, now for me the question was whether or not I should keep trying to run Whispers or if I should commit to incursions, or the other way around even. Yeah, because I just hit level 40. Obviously level 50 onward it's gonna be... Oh, shoot, I just realized it's the world boss in 5 minutes. Okay. There's also a Legion event. I'm gonna hit the Legion event too. Might as well nab some XP from, or some favors from this. Yeah, it's got free Whispers, and I think I get some XP at the end of this too, right? I wonder how much XP I'll get in comparison to the incursion in this case. %. Okay, yeah, this is pretty reasonable. My boss powers aren't like cranking up my damage by like a crazy amount or anything like that. I love having so much movement speed.
Ready for a massacre.
Apparition Incursion. Next one that showed up. Well, I can also do a run of the Undercity. Yeah, that's actually available to me because all I need to do is pop like, I don't know, Tribute of Pride. Apparently, like, I didn't know this, but I can get tributes even in, like, normal through Penitent. So I could just run the one for XP and then get credited with a Whisper there, too. Pretty easily. Might end up doing that. Never actually tried to run this tribute. Really curious to see how much I'd get out of it. Yeah, I can get behind it. Doing Whispers and all. Let's go here. So I started this Legion event at like I had just dinged, right? I had just hit level 40. So in order for this Legion event to be worthwhile, like when I finished the incursion, I got like an additional 30% at the end of it. So I'm kind of curious to see how much XP I'll get when this Legion event is done. During the Legion event, I don't expect to get very much, but I should get XP from the boss kill, and then I should also get like some Grim Favor XP too. Huh, this is actually going pretty fast though, at least. wonder if they reworked how long it takes to actually complete these Legion events, because it definitely feels a lot faster than in past seasons. Okay, a Servant of Hell has joined the battle. It's going pretty fast. I wonder if there's... No, no one here is like a level 60 or anything like that. So these incursions, or the incursions are still easier, or I think these are just overall easier than incursions to this day. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. In case people ever need like a easy place to get loot and all. Okay, let me start ramping up my armor stat here. I think I've already gotten as many boosts to my damage as I can realistically hope for. Didn't even get to activate my ult. Somebody here is like instantly killing them. I guess to be fair, it's normal mode, so with all the right tempering recipes and aspects, you could probably pull that off. Oh, okay, I can get an echo on Blood Surge. I'm gonna head up here.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I didn't really pay attention to how much XP I got there. Let me just double check that. Hey, Aaron. Good to see you. Are you still here? Sorry, I was like AFK for a bit. I don't know when you left your message, if it was before or after I got back, because I was like locked in on gameplay for a bit since I didn't think anyone was hanging around. That's a sizable chunk of XP. But, yeah, I wonder if I would have been better off with the incursions. Okay. Yeah, somebody's also able to kill them super fast. I wonder if it has to do with that aura. I wonder if that's, like, doing, like, a ton of damage or something. Okay, so I finished the Legion event and I got like... When I finished the Legion event, I only got like 20% out of it, but then I got an additional like 40% from the Grim Favor bonus. Okay, so I'm at 40.6. I went up to 41.2. Yeah, good to know that I'm still getting sizable amounts of XP from these Whispers. And this was like super fast too. Yeah, maybe I will commit to going 40 to 50 on Whispers. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm already most of the way there anyway. When I did the incursion, did I ever finish the other tasks? No, I didn't. Okay, so there's still some things I can turn in, it looks like. One-handed, amulets, gauntlets. Do I really... Yeah, I need one-handed weapons, because I need aspects. Well, these are useless. Yeah, I'm never going to be looking at rares, so I shouldn't even bother with those. Average and incursion. There's one here. Is there one up here? No? I guess not. It would have been nice if there were, because if there was like another set of Whispers, because I would have gladly gone and done that, but instead I'm gonna run this area, then I'm gonna do Undercity, and then maybe the PvP zone? Yeah, I'm getting like 41, or level 40 to 50 pretty fast. Wait, this is not the right region. It's Nahantu, whoops. I'm glad that my guys are tanking. Okay, how long have I been at this for? Okay, so 2.5 hours. Not bad. Like, yeah, 2.5 hours into my run so far. Well, if we don't count like the first like 10 minutes, like we don't count some of the downtime where I was like just talking, at the beginning, like kind of going over my build or kind of looking at Medivh's Necro, or sorry, Sorcerer. then I would argue that we're actually closer to like 2 hours 15 minutes spent so far, which is, again, it's a pretty good pace. Got a nice bag of obols. That's good. I could run the cellar, but I don't like running the Hantu cellars. It's kind of a waste of time, I feel. Okay, here's the corpse. The Hantu cellars are a waste of time because I feel like a lot of them are tied to some kind of puzzle. And, you know, I don't even know how to run those. Okay, so I'm gonna be able to do 2 whispers here. One for the, slaying the Lacuni, and then the other being the Champion of Evil, which... There we go. I completed that whisper. That sends me over to level 42. Okay. Invoke another ritual. Alright. Slay Lacuni. It would be in that region to the top left that I get to pull a bunch. I just need to turn in the, Wait. Isn't there somewhere where I'm supposed to turn in Venus Motes, or did I already do that? I think I might have already done that one, actually. This one I'm already almost finished, so I think I'm gonna try and run over to that side real quick. Yeah. Okay, just gotta cross this bridge, and then suddenly there should be a whole bunch of Lacuni. It's taking a bit longer than I was expecting it to. Just to kill, like, other 5 Lacuni. Kill a handful of them, and then I can keep going. It's supposed to be in this area. I'm in the right area. Like, this is one of the other... Oh, okay, here we go. Finally found him. Where's the next Apparition Incursion? Up here? Yeah, again, like, there's more Apparition Incursions that are showing up that I've already done the Whisper for. In fact, I don't even know there's any left that I haven't done the Whisper for at this point. Okay, so then next would be a run of the Undercity, and then there's also Hell Tides. You can go and run the Hell Tides real quick too. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff back to back that I would need to rotate between. When I make it to level 50, though, I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna end the stream, but on the video, I'll just transition right into the 50 to 60, where I'm just spamming strongholds. Okay, I'm gonna open the portal here. And go in. Again, I'm doing this solely for the whispers. And I mean, it also apparently is supposed to give me XP as one of the rewards, so kind of curious to see how much XP. I've never run one of these before when I'm going from 1 to 60, so who knows, maybe this is like a sleeper OP way of getting XP. So I was at 42.35 to start. Spirit Beacon. Alright. I just wish I had like a proper mobility tool, but it's okay. Have to do. Alright. Just as long as I activate my ult, it's totally okay. There we go. Power me again. There we are. Trying to activate my ultimate here. It should have reduced cooldown thanks to Shrine. I only have a limited number of these that I can cycle through anyway, but, you know, come to think of it, I've never... Well, I guess no matter what, like, I wouldn't be able to I was thinking about like, okay, what if I use this as a leveling method, right? I've never tried this, but of course the reason I've never tried this is because you actually need tributes. You can't just, you know, these aren't like just readily available for you, unlike with like Hell Tides and all that. So, okay. Ethan's wheel. Wait, why am I? I guess I do need to hit these for more attunement, so I guess it works out. Didn't really take the best path to go about this, but it's okay. It doesn't really feel like Army of the Dead was that much damage. But, well, whatever. Soon I'll be getting like unyielding commanders, and when I get that, it'll be a lot better, I guess. Yeah, maybe I can only reset my ult once it finishes. Maybe that's why it's operating the way it does. Yeah, I should have saved my ultimate for this, but whatever. My minions are more than capable of clearing all these monsters. I don't even need to worry in this case. For consuming a corpse. Okay, I can actually get some more damage by consuming corpses. I think raising them, or raise skeleton counts as consuming corpses, or it should. It wouldn't make much sense for it not to. Okay, so I'm at 42 and a half now. It isn't terrible, but really hope that at the end I get a good chunk of XP from all this. Like, it should give me like a nice little XP reward. I mean, that's what's written, right? The reward for running this is XP, and I assume that I get that at the end. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm done. I might run another one of these again, just out of curiosity, because I'm gonna get credited with XP at the end of the run. I don't know if I'll be able to see like the XP reward and compare it to the reward I get from finishing the Whisper for this. You're still here. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Well, yeah, thanks for your patience. Yeah, but I think the stream, as always, is delayed, too. That's the other thing, too. Or that's the other thing to keep in mind. So, there's, like... Yeah, I went from... Okay, I'm gonna write that down real quick. So, 42... Kurost Undercity XP Tribute plus Whisper. I went from... I have to go back in my gameplay here. So I started off at the beginning of this run. So 506 to 510. So this was like 5 minutes. I'll just say 5 minutes. Okay. And then when I started, I was at 42.35. I had written that down, I remember. And then I jumped up to 42.9 from the Tribute plus Whisper. And then do I get... Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's the XP. Whoa, that was actually pretty good. That was actually a pretty sizable chunk of XP at the end there. Like, that was like half the level. It's worth 2.9, which is the Whisper, and then 43.35, and that's from the XP orbs. And that was a 5-minute run. Okay, wow, that was good. Whisper plus the orbs was like half a level. That was like 5 minutes. I don't know if I would do that again though. Like half a level sounds nice, but does take like 5 minutes to run one of these. And I think I got more value out of doing the whispers because here, as we're gonna see in a second, I'm just gonna turn this in, get another level on top of what I just got. Well, maybe a little less than a level, but let's take a look. One-handed weapons, perfect. Oh, okay, I'm like really close there. Legion event. There's 2 sets of Helltide that I could do. Yeah, I might do both. That might be the way to go. Yeah, give me a second here. The problem is, like, with the Cinders, I want to, like, switch it to Penitent before I, hit the chests, but it's kind of difficult to do that. Like, I have to play dodgeball with all the monsters that are there. Let me make sure that my gear set up properly. Salvage this. Ooh, aspect of elements. Well, unstoppable and for 4 seconds after. It moves me and I'm unhindered. Well, it's not like I'm ever unstoppable. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I have Golem. I should use this then. Movement speed. There we are. Evade grants movement speed. Alright, well, this is fine. It served me well. CSC, I don't need that. Overpower. I don't think I really need that either. Okay. Increase damage to stunned or knock down enemies. So the only one among these that I really need is Aspect of Elements. Yeah, so I'll salvage that. And I'll keep this one, and I'm going to try to upgrade it. Yeah, okay. Salvage everything here.
You can still use these.
Aspect of Elements. Which... Yeah, I'll replace this one. Elements. And then on my weapon... yeah, I could throw on Reanimation here. And try to see if I can... Like, this is a pretty sizable increase to my damage. My current one is 81, and this one is, like, plus more than 50% even, so... Essence on kill. Int. Okay. Done. Army of the Dead. Chance for Army of the Dead to deal double damage is kind of nice, but if I can get summon damage. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, this is. I think this is pretty decent. I'll use this one. Good. Did I not? I never actually bothered to temper onto this ring. So I'm gonna replace that. Or I'm gonna slam a temper onto it. What are my aspects? My aspects there are fine. There could of course be better, but I don't really have many good options right now. I could use Bloodbathed if I really wanted to, but I think I'll pass on that for now. Diamonds. I earnestly feel like I would have had enough for 3 diamonds at this point, right? I did get like a cache of materials. So, do that. And then for tempering, and throw on like total armor. This is what I would have done. I would have done this specifically because I would want to take on, or I want to take on the, oops. I want to take on the Helltide. On Penitent, ideally. Or I want to be able to. There we are. Okay, so what's my armor at? Even this isn't enough, but it's good. It's a decent start. Like, whatever. Apparition Incursion. And a Legion event. I'm gonna pass on the Legion event and all that. It's not like I can even do the Legion event. It's locked behind a stronghold. I'm gonna go straight into one of the Helltides. Both the Helltides, I guess, are Slay Hellborn, Slay Harbingers. I'll do this one first. I think collecting cinders is easier. So I'm gonna run the whispers on both of these Helltides, and also maybe trigger their chests on Penitent.
Pardon me, stranger.
And that'll bring me up to maybe like 46. And then the remaining bit of leveling, I think I just need to hit the rituals here. Yeah, I want to spend more time than I need to this area. Baleful Heart. You know what I can do? I can do the Blood Maiden here. I think this would be the place to trigger Blood Maiden. I have 2 hearts on this guy. That's kind of weird. I thought I had more hearts on... Are they like no longer shared or something? I burned through a lot of hearts, but I still remember having like a dozen hearts remaining before. Alright, cool. There's somebody else already here, so might as well take advantage of that. Oh, I said someone, but there's actually multiple people here. Hang out here, do the whispers. I mean, the run is going pretty well so far. The problem is I haven't gotten any of the aspects that I'm looking for. So that's an issue for me right now. I burned cinders. I guess like cultists. I haven't really found many cultists. But I'm not going to waste my time trying to like hunt down every cultist. I'm here for collecting cinders and Blood Maiden. Those are the 2 big ones. I think like hunting down Harbingers takes forever and it's not worth it. It's only really worth it if, like, I started running Helltide at the beginning of the hour. Like, if I'm going to make my Dance of Knives rogue, I'll probably be doing something like that. But here, I don't think it's worth it at all. Yeah, I have no idea. I honestly don't have any idea which damage is mine anymore, because all the damage this time is coming from my minions and Army of the Dead. And here, I can activate Golem. That's like my one... big damaging skill, but it's not as obvious as like with Companion Druid, where with Companion Druid I would cast my skill and then they die. Nice Necro, yeah, thanks. The Necro, yeah, I mean, like, I've gone through the Druid. Last night I made a Torment 4 on the Ice Shard Sorcerer, and now this time I was hoping that... Hold on a second. Skill. Past 5 skills. Okay, yeah, sure. Where is it? Rune. Yeah, I was hoping that... Here, I'll start it up. Yeah, this is the quickest way for me to get cinders. Although, I kind of regret doing that just now. I should have saved them for when I go to the other Helltide. Anyway, whatever. There's... Okay, at least I got the 5 Harbingers. That one's easy. I don't know about the cultists, though. Like, no cultists spawn here. So, I finished the Companion Druid. I finished the Ice Shard Sorcerer. I was going to do Dance of Knives Rogue. And usually I do Thorn's Barb, but I think I already talked about this with you. Thorn's Barb is the one that I dread the most, because it's a very boss-oriented season, and Thorn's Barb is not very good at dealing with bosses. On the other hand, yeah, Dance of Knives Rogue would have been my next character, but then I realized that if I do the Dance of Knives Rogue, I want to have my leveling method, like the one that I can commit to, in my back pocket for the Dance of Knives Rogue. So what do I mean by that? Well, right now, a lot of people are just spamming incursions from level 1 to 60. I don't think that that's the best way to go about leveling, or even gaining Spectral Ash this season. I think the way that people should do it is you should start with Helltides, and then maybe run the incursions, right? Once you reach, like, once you finish up the Helltides, or the first round of Helltides. And then you can finish off with whatever remaining whispers before you go strongholds 50 to 59 and then renown. So that's what I'm thinking, at least. Versus if hell grow angry, I don't think I care. I'm gonna leave. Or I'm gonna exit out of the game. I also just realized that I don't have an elixir either. Or I didn't activate an elixir. So I'm gonna exit out of the game so I can switch it to Penitent and see if I'll have better luck with trying to open these chests. I have a bit more survivability now, so might be okay. I can open 3 chests unless I die. So this should bring me to 45. Okay. Tortured Gift of Mysteries. There, wow, I was like half a level. Yeah, no, this is why I'm saying, like, if you can open these chests in Penitent, then, oh man, like swimming in XP. And there's also another guy here, too, who's high level, it seems. Maybe I can go munch on him or something. I need more hearts. There we go, that makes 2. Definitely doing a lot more damage than last time. I mean, now that I have the right tempers, I think. I can actually see their health bar move. Look at that. I'm already like 1/3 of the way, so I just need one more. There we go. Now I'm 45.5. I got a Baneful Heart, so I'm gonna save this for... I'm gonna go to like the next Helltide over here. Oh, one second. Yeah, I'm gonna exit out of the game. Actually, it's quicker for me to just go to town. Where's Karagar? I'm gonna go to Karagar, I'll switch it over, and then I'm gonna go to the other Helltide, and then I'm gonna repeat the process. Yeah, I mean, getting some pretty good XP that way. And then there was also the PvP zone, too, so... yeah, I'll be done probably within the next 15 to 20 minutes getting to level 50, and then I'll take a break after that, and I'll come back later. Okay, no, it's fine. So I need to slay Hellborn, which means I need to draw aggro. That might take me a little bit of time to get going, but that's okay. Unless I already have aggro in this region. I actually do already have aggro in this region. So it might not be that difficult triggering a Helltide or Hellborn to show up. Ooh, there we go. This is perfect. I don't really have many sinners right now, so there's no real risk to running this at the moment. Ouch. Oh, I slew the cultist. I actually got the Grim Favor for that. I'm gonna need to go back to town to turn in my whispers in a second. I shall also have a pretty good amount of resistances. It's actually pretty funny watching these Dance of Knives rogues. But I guess it makes sense. Yeah, this is exactly what I was planning to do with Dance of Knives, except I would rotate between Helltides at some point and the incursions. And probably after the first hour, turning in all my Helltides. I don't know how, like, what level I would be, though. That's the thing. I'd probably be... I would predict level 30 from the first batch of Helltides. Then I would just spam incursions all the way. All the way to, like, 50 is what I have in mind. Okay, I'm gonna go Tree of Whispers. And I think somebody might have spawned the Blood Maiden, but I don't think I care here. I can spawn my own Blood Maiden in a bit. I gotta offer my
It is done.
my Grim Favors here. And okay, there's a bunch of stuff. Lucky hit chance. I don't think I care about that. Whenever a corpse is formed for my skills or minions, I think my minions do generate corpses, right? Okay, this one's not good. I can... Highest item power is this. Oh, unyielding commanders? This is the only one that has, like, the aspect on it. I think I need to salvage that. Wait, oh, this is lower item power than my weapon. Per hit is higher, but no, I should salvage this. Yeah, I need the aspect. Okay.
Come back if you need the forge.
Unyielding commanders. There we are. Transfer Army of the Dead, deal double damage, and then summon damage. First try on both.
Always hot.
And I'd like intelligence. And then, of course, I need reanimation on this. And then I'll put unyielding commander here. I mean, I do get like movement speed out of this though, so it's unfortunate for me to lose it. I could throw it on my gloves then. In that case, I don't get as much damage out of unyielding commander if I do this, but then at least I get to keep the movement speed bonus, which I think is more valuable in this case. Also, I just noticed that I'm down to like 2 skeletal warriors. Man, they must have taken a beating somewhere. I need to use my ult to regrow my minions. Okay. Style and chest, I don't really have one. I'm gonna activate my ult here real quick. I'm gonna clear the way. Harbingers, slay Hellborn. Okay, I know what needs to be done here. I need to go directly to... Oh. I don't want to... Should I revive him here? If I revive him here, he might actually just die again immediately after. No, I think it would be more considerate to just let him go. There's an event here. Can run this event. I'll probably also get some threat meter out of this too. So, that kind of works hand in hand with all this. There, I got unstoppable. So I get some movement speed. My golem also has like a 16-second cooldown. So, it's not too bad. You can just keep spamming golem as a movement speed tool. It's not like Dance and Knives Rogue where you just get free movement speed up the wazoo, but it's something. Okay, my threat meter is going to pop pretty soon, and then I'm going to have to fight a Hellborn. Then I'll deal with Blood Maiden after that. I like how this time around it, like everything's lining up quite nicely with each other. Okay. I would normally start the, I want to like start the event, or the Blood Maiden, but like I mentioned, my threat meter is about to pop. I'd rather deal with that first, and then deal with Blood Maiden after, so I don't have to fight both at the same time. Otherwise, I might end up wasting the Hellborn. I only got one shot at this, really. Okay, so Forces of Hellgrove Frenzied. I'm just gonna activate my ult here real quick. While I wait. Yeah, I think a nice safe area that. Oh, there's another event here. I just spawned another event. Why not, right? Okay. Play the Worshipping Cultist. Now this I can run simultaneously while I wait for the Hellborn to show up. This is easy enough. Yeah, each of my minions does so much damage now. Hellborn. Oh, wow. I hit for 19.3k crit overpower on the golem. I was going to activate my ult on it, but I didn't even get that chance here. Helltide Commander. Wow. That's kind of insane. So the priests actually buff all my minions. I didn't know that. I thought it was just skeletons, but I guess it works all for my golem too. Wait, this is without my... I was using the wrong weapon this whole time. Okay. Well, I'm kind of curious to see how much damage I'll do now. Okay, so cost 2 Baneful Hearts. And yeah, still have 2 more in reserve. And I think this is where I get to fight Harbingers too. I think I know how the rest of this is going to go. I'm going to finish this, and then there's rituals here. Those end in like 7 minutes, so I got to hurry that up. I'm sure that there's other whispers in this area like Venus Motes. I'm going to try to do both of those. Then maybe once that's done, I have to go up here to the... Actually, no, hold on. I think I have the wrong idea here. Because I still need to turn in my cinders. So this would be the last thing that I do. I have to go to the whispers, finish those, come back here, turn in all my cinders, and then I'd probably run the PvP zone. And that'll take me to 50. I think, like, I'll probably have some grim favors. Like, I'll be close to capping out, but I can save that for when I make it to level 60. Why is he just standing here and dying? Is he just trying to, like, AFK and... Yeah, I think he's just AFK. Okay, he's going into another phase. I didn't really see any Harbingers. Okay, I'm gonna activate this. There. Oh, and he went up in the sky. Well, I did see my damage chunk. The boss, though, but... Okay, done. Slay the Blood Maiden. Which is perfect. So now, okay, I'm not going to stick around for slaying the Harbingers. This is much more important right now. After I finish this, I'm going to come back to this region, and then I'm going to turn in all my tortured gifts on... all the tortured gifts on Penitent. Just trying to figure out what order I should do all this in. Alright. I do the event one first. I'm like greedy, so I want to do all of them. Oh, wow. I should have actually popped one of these, too, while I was at it. Get some XP while I just sit and let my minions do their thing. Oh, is it because they're... they go into, like, stealth that my minions are having a hard time finding them or something? $115 monsters killed. It's kind of nice to see how many. Oh, maybe I gotta start hitting them with Blood Surge because I can see them on the mini map, but I think my minions can't. I think that's what's slowing me down. Yeah, Army of the Dead can reach them. And sometimes too, I don't have a target for my hemorrhage, so I can't Blood Surge them. Please. Okay, well that's annoying. I would have been able to kill a lot more if they didn't keep going stealth like that. Where are you? Expires in 3 minutes. Okay, well, at the very least, I can turn in the Venus motes. Then maybe I'll do the rituals and forget the corpse. I'm not gonna risk it for one Grim Favor. Invoke rituals. Yeah, I can. Okay, I only have 2 minutes to hit all these. I think I can do it. I'm gonna teleport back to the Tree of Whispers, turn it in, come back, hit 3 rituals, then switch it to Penitent and run all of the tortured gifts.
It is done.
Rare collection of one-hand weapons. I'm not even gonna open it just yet. Got like 70% out of that, so go right back. You know, like a little under 2 minutes to hit all 3 rituals, but I think I can manage it. Yeah, okay. I know which direction I want to go. I'm gonna go from this east one, and then I'm gonna head north. All the other ones. Okay, I have 60 seconds now. That's one. Here. 50 seconds. At least hitting these ritual sites is very quick. Like, takes like 1, maybe 2 seconds, it looks like. Yeah, it's like, it actually takes about a second. Please give me my boost. Wow, the game is like really slow on the uptake. Tempting, but if you're still here when I come back, great. But otherwise, ritual site is the highest priority. Who is this guy that's trailing after me? I wonder. There, done. Okay, that's a good batch of, that's another +3 whispers for me, and now I gotta go and kill this real quick. There, dead.
What is this?
5 Grim Favors. I'm gonna go back to Karagar. Ignore the Tal rune too while I'm at it. I'm gonna go to Karagar. I'm gonna set it to Penitent. Gonna turn in my cinders now, right?
Chow is as good as another for me.
So then now I can head on over here and start turning in my cinders and all that. And then I go PvP zone, which happens to be on the way from here. Like, not on the way, but I mean, it's like directly north of where I'm at now. Now, I gotta be careful about how much I get hit. They're not even hitting me. Why is my horse getting so scared? Okay, well now I am bumping into them, but... Oh, shoot. I gotta actually pop this so I don't get swarmed. There, that's one. That's a level up for me, too. And then... I have 4 more chests I can open. With the number of cinders I have right now, so this works out. That makes 48.3, which means that each one of these are gonna give me another 30%, I believe. Or no, 25%, I guess. And then I'm gonna hit this one, and I guess I'll hit the top left one. Wait, how do I get up there? What? Well, at least I have Fortify, so I have a little leeway. If monsters hit me, like I won't just immediately die. Why do they keep giving me just random like magic and rare items? It's I wish they'd just take out those magics and rares. Sometimes I think it's just kind of pointless having to sift through these. Oh, I'm actually a little short from opening up one more. Either way, this'll get me to where I need to be. Okay. Pretty close to cap now, but I used up all my cinders, so yeah, that's good. Now back to Karagar. Actually, no, wait. I have to trigger the waypoint because this is probably the closest that I can get to it. Or, no, I think Durandai is faster. I just remembered. Yeah, I can run in from Durandai up there. So. I'm gonna head over to the PvP zone, or pretty close to it. And I'm gonna leave the game and I'm gonna come back. Set the difficulty to normal. And then maybe just start hitting these one by one on my way in. Level 48. I'll do the abomination first. I don't usually do it in this order, but oh, actually no, the event is right here. Yeah, I'll do this one first. I'm like right next to it. No, this is Waves of Darkness. Okay, well in that case, I'm gonna AFK and I'll just be right back. Well, this is when minions do their thing. At least they're not gonna go invisible this time. Okay, hey Heron. Yeah, came back just in time too, and they've killed 16 waves by themselves. That's pretty cool. But XP comes from the Whisper itself. You're right about Thorns. It sucks at killing bosses fast. Well, I mean that's what I would expect because how would Thorns be quick for killing bosses, right? Like, you can combo Thorns with something else to kill stuff quickly. Like, yeah, you can do like Thorns with Upheaval, Thorns with Hoda, Thorns with Mighty Throw or something. But at that point, if you're gonna run Mighty Throw, then you might as well just commit to Mighty Throw. But there's no way to like have Thorns by itself like kill a boss, with the exception of in the pit. There's one boss in particular where one of his attacks is he shoots a bunch of poison pellets at you, and each of those would, if they collide with you, then it will do your Thorns back to him, right? But most of the bosses have like one big attack. They don't have like a bunch of little attacks like that. Hence why I'm saying that, yeah, like straight up Thorns is pretty tough to play this season. And they've even, like, the thing is, at least in the past, the bosses weren't as tanky, right? So I could just, even if things aren't going well with the boss... Here, let's see how quick I can drop this guy. Yeah, even if things aren't going, like, super well with the boss, uh, like I could still kill them. It would take a while, but I could still kill them. But it just takes a very long time. But this season, I mean, they've made killing bosses way tougher than what they used to be, right? And so because they've made that adjustment, it is well, a lot more difficult now. It's a lot more difficult to even get any uniques for your build. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Greater collection of materials. I'm like almost maxed out. There is one way to make it work though. This is what I was gonna get at here. There is one way to make the Thorns bar not feel as miserable, but it wouldn't really be relying on Thorns. There are the boss powers, and some of them could work pretty well with Thorns. So, for example, Andariel's Flaming Skull, right? I think it stands to reason that you can... Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to need to go pretty soon. But yeah, Andariel's Flaming Skull, with Thorns bar, what you could do is you could run into whatever pack you want to kill, and then you just run in and stand in front of them, and then use Inner Calm and Unstoppable so that they can't move you from your position, and then yeah, the skull just shows up and hits everything while they try to hit you, and they take Thorns damage, right? That's the one way I can think of to really make it worthwhile. I'll worry about the rest of my gear after. I just need to get like the last bit of XP, and then I'm basically ready. Can I run rituals anywhere? There's got to be somewhere I could just do like a couple rituals and done with it. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a region where I can do rituals. I'm kind of curious because I'm trying to figure out where I can kind of like cap out on my Grim Favors. So... Alright, this is the last thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to dip. I could actually probably already start the bosses here, now that I think about it. Or start the stronghold. I don't need to even do this part, but yeah, just for completion's sake. I think like late level 49, I would be able to... Like, usually when I turn in the renown rewards, I make it like a little past level... like level 60. I usually make it like Paragon 1 or Paragon 2. When I start at like level 50. So, I mean, even if I started here, I think it might be okay. Harvest and Caldeum. Where is all this? Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. I just need some monsters to spawn. Kill them. I did all the PvP whispers, right? Pretty funny. Like, a little bit short. This is fine, though. I mean, I would have needed to hold some whispers anyway. Because... if I don't hold my whispers, then I have no way to... like, this is how I would usually get runestones. I'd actually have some whispers handy. Or my Grim Favor bar would be close to max, or like I would max it out, right? This is usually how I do things. Here it is, Ravaged Corpse. Got lucky. Activate my ultimate. I should level off of this. At this point, like, one Grim Favor gives me, like, pretty much nothing, but... like, there we go. Level 50. And I think if I pick up the remaining Venus motes from this side, that brings me to 100. So then now I just need to trigger this. And when I clear these, I'll be at 50 and like 15%. So Yeah, I mean, now if I just need to run like any whisper, and then I'll be capped out. But that's fine. I'll deal with that after the strongholds, I guess. Like that's fine. I could pick any one of these whispers and it would be enough. I could do the rituals. Uh do this random seller. Huh. Yeah. Anyway, I'll sort that out later. Okay, this is where I'm gonna stop for now. I'll continue next time, and yeah, I'm gonna need to make some preparations for strongholds and allocate my skill points and all that. But for now, I think I'm good. Um, yeah, thanks again for coming in, Aaron. Hope you enjoyed watching the Minion Necro. We can chat more next time. Again, I do have to leave here. I'd already streamed for like 4 hours. And anybody else who's hanging out, appreciate watching. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next stream. I gotta stop the recording here too, and continue it later.